Yo, what up, y'all? How's it going? Hope you're doing good. Everyone who just check this out, everything all set up. Quackajuice. Hello, dude. How you doing? That's a sick name. I like that. How y'all doing tonight? How's your Thursday? Anything going on, y'all? Your Thursday night Quackajuice? You just hanging out? But yeah. But you know, same old packing orders. We have about 25 so far today. I delivered an order this morning to the USPS people, or the post office people. So we're all finally all caught up on everything. But Quackajuice, yeah, it's a funny name. Yeah, I'm glad you agree. But dude, I'm glad to hear you're just chilling. That's sick, dude. Yeah, same here. I'm a little behind though. I meant to eat food before this, but I haven't eaten food before this, so now I'm like low-key kind of starving. Because I went to the gym and then took a shower, and now I'm like, oh no, I gotta eat food. But I learned how to make these hella. Oh, I gotta turn this off. I learned how to make my own oyakadons, if you're familiar, like the chicken and egg rice bowls. And they came out pretty good. So I'm super stoked on that, and I can make them hella easy. So I'm just gonna be like fantasizing about that this entire time we're doing all these orders. But yeah. But you know, it's another day in the life. I got a few stories to tell, but I'll let some of the more regulars pull up. Oh, Quackajuice. Oh yeah, I've heard. I've had those. They're hella good. Yeah, dude, for real. It's usually like my go-to whenever I have a friend that's like, bro, let's go like get some like Japanese food, dude, and like, you know, low-key, I'm kind of broke. I'll go ahead and get me a little rice bowl. I know Yakadon's like my go-to because they tend to only be like $10, not too bad, and they're usually like pretty filling. So because of all that protein, so it'll last you a while. Hey yo, Skyer, what up? Good to see you. How you doing, Skyer? You're on a 25 stream streak. That's so sick. But how's your Thursday going, Skyer? How you doing? Anything new with you this Thursday? Are you making music, dog? I know I was listening to music that one time. Any more tunes you're pumping out? But yeah, we're just talking about oyakadons, like, you know, donburris. Or no, not called donburris. That was the place I used to like to go to a lot. But you know, like dons, like the rice bowls, the Japanese rice bowls. And like, I know, if you all remember like Food Wars, the anime, that was like the thing that they used to specialize in at the restaurant, like the hometown restaurant. So yeah, but I learned how to make my own. It's aight. Thursday's all right. I feel it, you know. Yeah, same. I'm running a little behind, but I feel like I'm running behind every stream. Keeping it real, I've been looking into it a lot. I think with how things are going lately, I might hire an assistant. I'm kind of like, oh wow, I might actually hire somebody, which would be awesome too, because then I don't know, sometimes I'm my own bottleneck when it comes to communicating with people, so it'll be nice to have that open up. Well, yo, Roses, good to see you. How you doing? How's your Thursday, Roses? Thanks for stopping by. And Skyer says they've been working on music a little bit, mainly just messing around with some old freeware VSTs. I feel it. Yeah, freeware VSTs are kind of funny because like some of them are like really low-key kind of clutch, like hella good, and then some of them are just like a complete waste of time. So it's like you gotta like really dig through the dirt to find the diamonds. But I'm glad to hear your Thursday's been going nice, Roses. That's awesome. But yeah, anything new with you, Roses? I was talking earlier about cooking food. I forgot to eat food before this, Roses, so I'm like, I'm hungry. And I like made a new recipe last night, so I'm like, oh yeah. Oh dang. Yeah, it looks like people have been very kind with the pay your own price this time around. Shouts out to anyone. Oh, and if you're watching, just lurking, and you do want me to pack your order live right now, let me know. Just tell me your name, or else I won't be able to get to it in time because I get so many orders, thankfully. So yeah. And Rosa says, gonna work on getting more games into my close friend's 3DS since he doesn't have stuff to do that. Oh, like, is it like a jailbroken and you're gonna like get some games on it? I feel that though. Is the free shop still around? I don't know how like deep you are into like 3DS jailbreaking, if that's what you mean. Oh, it's jailbroken? Okay, yeah, Roses. I don't know if it's still around, but back in the day they had a thing called the free shop, and essentially it was like an actual app that would let you just download games. So like, I mean, the interface wasn't the most friendly, but like they could just look up any game they wanted, like type in the game and like download it that way. So you can always try that if you can get that like set up. But I don't know if the free shop is still around. But yeah, it's called like FREE shop. So like eShop, but like free. It's kind of funny. It was like a fun pun. And Skyer says, yeah, shouts out to Assign Tract. I can't believe how that thing was released for free. Yeah, some of the freeware VST people really just are like literal angels for their work. It's like wild that some of the stuff they do is completely free. I'm sure there has to be, I don't know. People are awesome. People be doing really cool stuff. And Roses says, there's a shop. It's not named that, but it's for 3DS games. Okay, cool. Well, either way, that's super nice of you for helping them out, Roses. That's awesome. Speaking of like getting like random games, I remember when back in like the PSP jailbreaking days, or like I don't know what it was called properly whenever you jailbreak a PSP, but I remember there was this one kid in my like apartment complex, and they also had like a jailbroken PSP, and he was like, "Oh yeah, dude, like that's so cool. Yours is jailbroken too." And like I was really good at computers, and it was like one of my mom's friends, like low key. I don't even know if it was like one of my mom's friends. I think it was actually like, I'm keeping it real, one of my dad's clients, for lack of better words, because he used to like slang, if you catch my drift. So I think it was one of my dad's clients, but she brought her kids over, and one of them had a PSP, and he was like, "Yeah, it's jailbroken, it's so cool." And then I was like, "Oh shit, like, is it okay if I like rip your games off your PSP?" And he was like, "Hell yeah, like, give me some games too, man." And I was like, "Alright, cool." So I remember we like traded games, and he had some random ninja game. Like, it was like honestly hella good, and it was like a stealth game, but like the way you jumped and stuff was like, it wasn't like Ninja Gaiden, but it was like a really, really good ninja stealth game that like never ever got made again. And yeah, and I remember like I felt bad because like, you know, I ripped his games, and I gave him some like good ones, and he was like, "Oh, this is so cool," and like the mom was like super hyped. But yeah, but I forgot what games I gave him, but I just remember like I found like the most random hidden gem PSP ninja game that like it's really hard to Google for. But yeah, I'll look it up right now, because like low key, I want to go back and play it, because I remember playing it a ton. Just like, why is this game low key kind of good? You know what I mean? But yeah. And Skyer says, Assign Tract. Let me, you know, quoting the developer, "Let me just make a synth for shockingly good bird vocalizations." I know, right? Yeah, some people, dude, like, I don't know, a lot of like, I'm at this point now where I'm like, there's someone in the world whose like life purpose is to like be a llama farmer, you know what I mean? And like that guy's life purpose was just, I gotta make the VST for bird vocalizations. Yeah, I mean, that was just his life. That's why he was brought onto the planet. Because sometimes it just be like that, you know what I mean? So yeah. And Roses says, "I love playing random games, lol, because of that exact situation. It could be a great game." I know, right? Yeah, you never know. Sometimes they're just kind of like randomly hella good. But here, I got these all organized, so. And I mean, thankfully, but not thankfully, they're all smaller orders. So hopefully we can actually get them all done if I don't get too hungry. Excuse me. But yeah, let me see if I can find this PSP Ninja game. Oh wow, I think I found it first try, Lamau. Yeah, it's called Shinobito, Tales of the Ninja. All I did was Google the PSP Ninja stealth game. What's funny is I remember years ago trying to like Google for it because I just couldn't remember, and like I literally found it first try just now. It's hilarious. But yeah, I'm gonna look up, like, I'm gonna add it to my YouTube watch later just so I don't forget later on. But yeah, if what's it called? If y'all are into PSP retro games, Shinobito, Tales of the Ninja, pretty dang. At least that's what 13-year-old me thought. But yo, Korean Duder, what's up, dude? W, how you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. But oh, we got a bunch of us here. How about we do Jermaine update? Honestly, I think Jermaine's super mega healthy, because I mean, you'd have to go back to watch the other VODs, but do you see this giant like leaf right here? That's all new growth. Like Jermaine grew all of this, like all this, like I mean, I'm trying to separate it, but all this big old thing, like this, I still shake it. This big old one right here, Jermaine grew that over like the past week. So yeah, Jermaine's doing really, really, really good. And it's like a nice bright green. It's like looks super healthy. And I don't know, I think Jermaine just loving it. I think Jermaine is about to be the most prosperous plant of all time. But Rosa says, ooh, nice to hear. Good job, Jermaine. I know, right? Yay, Jermaine. But Crane Duder says, no Porygon. Dude, I'm sorry to hear, man. Didn't you like soft reset over one? That's such a bummer, dude. But yeah, hopefully you get it soon. Yeah, we got this. We just gotta believe. But yeah, so that's up with Jermaine, and I guess I can start the first order. It's for Jonathan. Yeah, but I guess also for the stream title for anyone who's like watching the VOD, or I guess everyone right now. But the reason why I titled it "Jokes So Bad That You'll Remember Them Forever" is because one of my like random memories that sometimes, you know, you just live your life and you'll just like get hit by it and you're like, that's crazy that happened to me. I remember being a kid and I think I was like playing like baseball or something. And like, you know, we had like a free car wash at like the local like Shakey's. And like Shakey's is like Chuck E. Cheese, except like low-key kind of cooler, more like local. You know what I mean? Well, actually it's not, because there's Shakey's in Japan, so what am I talking about? But it's just, it's like a more of a vibe than Shakey's. But anyways, so yeah, so we did like a free car wash at Shakey's and stuff because we were trying to like raise money for something for my baseball team. And I remember this one guy came to get his truck washed by a bunch of like all like little like kids.
New merch order from Jaden.
Hey Jaden, thank you Jaden. That's my baby brother's little name. I mean, it's not my baby brother because my baby brother's only 14. He's not a baby, but you know what I'm trying to say. But thank you Jaden, I appreciate it, man. If you're watching, let me know. I'll pack it right now. But yeah, so you know, this guy gets his truck and he like comes to have us little kids like watch his truck and stuff. That we're all like trying to get baseball uniforms or something. And I remember he looked at me in the eyes and was like, "Can you also change my oil?" And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about, dude?" Like, because I'm a kid, I don't know what changing your oil means. And he just looked so stone-faced serious, and like I couldn't tell if he was kidding or not. And then I was like, I could ask, and he was like, ha 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 ha. And then like never followed up with what he meant. So now that I'm an adult, I get he was trying to make a really bad joke, but just to this day, I'm like, what are you even talking about? I don't know. Maybe it's because I was like a dumb kid, but at the same time, I was like, it's such a bad, like you're getting a free car wash. What else do you want, man? I don't know. He was trying to mess around with me, but it's just, to this day, I'm still like, dude, why did you look at me dead in the eye as a child and ask me to change your oil? I don't know. Yeah, the Rosa says not even. I get where that was going. Well, exactly. Yeah, it was like, bro, come on. I don't know. It's just kind of funny because all these years later, doing the whole like free CD thing, it happens every once in a while where someone like will be like, oh, can you also like do X, Y, and Z? X? And I was like, dude, like I'm already losing money on the CD, man. Sorry. Like, there's been a couple times where I like will do the free CD thing, and someone would be like, "Oh, can you come to my house and give it to me?" And I'm like, I mean, like just drive to my house and give me. I was like, no, dude. I was like, one, that's the same. You don't know me. What if I'm crazy? You know what I mean? What if I'm wild? You don't know. You know what I mean? But also too, like I think they were trying to be like, oh well, like you know, if you come to my house, then I don't got to pay the shipping. And I'm like, dude, well, the shipping isn't there because it's there because I'm trying to keep this safe between both of us. You know what I mean? Like you know, I don't know you, you don't know me. It just, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. I don't know. So yeah, so it's just funny. The reason why I bring it up is because it's funny. Because now as an adult, I like deal. Maybe that's why that memory stuck. Is because
New merch order from Aaron.
Hey, Aaron! That's my name too. I pulled the nestle on my neck. But thank you, Aaron. If you're watching, let me know. I'll pack it right now. It's funny because I feel like every time I'm like, I don't have any vinyl orders, and then like immediately get vinyl orders. But anyways, doing the whole free CD thing is, I think I remember that memory because maybe when I was born, I saw my whole life before it even all happened, and my brain was like, you need to remember this because when you turn about 30, you're gonna be doing this thing where you're gonna be experiencing this a lot. You know what I mean? I don't know. Not that I'm complaining. It's just kind of funny how life often repeats itself, if that makes sense. It's like a pseudo deja vu. Does that make sense? I think you get what I'm trying to say. But I mean, do y'all have any like really? I mean, I know it's hard in the chat, but do y'all have any like funny, like, oh, this happened to me when I was a kid, and it just didn't make any sense to me at the time. But now that I'm an adult, I'm like, why would you say that, dude? You're like 40. You know what I mean? That's another thing too, because when you're a kid, you just take adults so seriously because you think they know what they're talking about. But now that I'm 30, I'm like, dude, there are so many like 7-year-olds I would trust more than like a 30-year-old in the world. You know what I mean? There's some people, man. Oh yeah, but Aaron and I got the same name. That was funny that Aaron ordered a vinyl. Every time I get an order from an Aaron, I'm like, should I mention the fact that we have the same name? Would it be funny? Would it be cringy? I don't know. But okay, cool. So Jonathan got 3 CDs. We got to put some stickers in there. Oh, actually, I'm opening them all up. They got a sticker pack. That's why I made it all special. Also, what's cool too is I feel kind of bad because I remember once someone asked me with a Monster Tape Zero, they were like on Discogs and they were like, bro, I need to like make every variation of Monster Tape Zero you've ever released because like for collectability. And I was like, all right, for sure. But at this point, it's like so hard to like pin down just one version. Like for example, low key, I ran out of the CD disc cases. So I had to just buy some that could get shipped to me as fast as possible to like fill in the gaps. And like I noticed that they're like a slightly different like shade and everything. And I was like, oh no. Whenever something like that happens, I always think of that one guy and I'm like, oh no, he's gonna be like, no, not one more variation I gotta like track. You know what I mean? Because there's not like a standardized like one company. Because at this point I'm building it myself, so I'm like, oh dang. So it'd be hard to like track every Monster Tape Zero variation I've ever made. And Skyer said, just you from the future ordering more stock. Exactly, yeah. Exactly, stuff like that I'm like, oh wow. Yeah, I mean, this is super dumb, but also like, I'm kind of serious. What do y'all think, like, you know how like, for 3-dimensional creatures, if you were like in like the 4th dimension, people say is time, you know what I mean? Because like, if you're a 2-dimensional creature, you can only travel across one plane of the 3rd dimension, you know what I mean? Because like we can like, you know, walk in circles like this and stuff. But if you're 2D, you can only walk one direction. And like you can turn around, but you can't like, you know, this side and that side's only, like you can't go break out. You can only go one direction in like a 2D plane, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So, and the only relevant thing that we have to like compare that to is like time. Like time exists in front and back of us, but we can only travel in one direction. You know what I mean? So, if you're a 4-dimensional, so I was thinking like if you existed across 4 dimensions, wouldn't that be kind of cool? You could like essentially be like, you know what? I want to skip to this part. You just like, whoop. It's like I'm an adult now. It's like, oh, actually, this kind of sucks. Let me be a kid again. You know what I mean? You could just like transport across all of time, and that's just like a normal thing that you could do. I think about that. I used to think about that a lot, actually. Not as much these days, because I'm kind of like, well, I guess, you know, you don't know what you don't know. You can never know what you can never know, I guess what I'm trying to say, but I think that'd be kind of cool. Or like, it's kind of like Ocarina of Time, you know, when like Link has to be adult Link for some sections and like child Link for some sections. That's what I feel like it would be like if you were a 4th dimensional creature or a 4D human. You just go to like the Temple of Time and just like, you know what I mean? So just think about like what your life would be like. That would be way different because you have to like, you would know what's coming in the future already. So, you know what I mean? I don't know, it'd just be trippy. I feel like that's a really good video game idea. Well, I guess Ocarina of Time literally is the video game idea. But you know what I'm trying to say. Like that's something that could be explored more. But it'd probably be too confusing actually. Talking about space and Alone in the Universe is playing. Yeah, this song actually, Alone in the Universe, I made it because low-key, I made it because it's kind of like with all the music stuff. Sometimes it is like hard to find people to relate to. So that's why I made this song, because like just feeling like such an outsider, but at the same time it's like the album itself is kind of like funny because so much of it is about like finding people like you. Does that make sense? So I made this like the transition point between like, you know, feeling alone and then like finally finding that chance of someone that might change that. I don't know if that makes sense. Because like low-key, I kind of want to like find more people who are doing stuff like what I'm doing, but it's hard to find. Like the closest person I think I have is like my buddy Frank, but also Frank is like doing a completely different kind of thing, low-key. They're doing like the Spotify game, so it's hard to relate to with them on like tariff prices. You know what I mean? Or like, you know, the whole free CD thing of like, oh hey, can you give my oil change? You know what I mean? Because like Frank has a different set of problems than I do. Oh yeah. But then at the same time though, I think if I'm in my own head, because it's like, you know, it's like one of those things where it's like everyone's different, but not really. I wonder sometimes if I lean too much on one side or the other. I'm like, everyone's their own special snowflake. Like, what's the Incredibles line? Like, if everybody's special, nobody's special, you know what I mean? So sometimes I try to like balance that fine line between the two. But on that note, actually, funnily enough, speaking of being special, I had a dream last night that I was Luke Skywalker. It was pretty sick. I had to fight Palpatine and everything. And for some reason, my lightsaber turned like, you know, at the end of Star Wars Episode 9, when Rey's lightsaber turns it like pure white. My lightsaber did that. I had to fight Palpatine. It was pretty sick. But it was like, kind of like cooler Palpatine because he could fly. So I was fighting him and I had like using the lightning thing. He was just like, power! And I was like, oh, I'm about to get this guy. And I did. And after I beat him, the whole crew on the spaceship was like, oh shit, and you actually did it. And I was like, yeah. And they were like, but what happens next? And I was like, I don't know. Could you guys give me a ride home? Like, I saved the universe, so like, I could like give you money or something. And they were like, I bet. That was my dream last night. Yeah. Rosa says, Lamau, that's cool. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, that Palpatine lightning hands is kind of like low-key one of the coolest things ever. But it's also just so funny. He's just like, power! You know what I mean? Because power is just an interesting concept to me. I've never like, you know what I mean? Like they say like, oh, like men will do anything for power. And I'm like, what does power even mean, dude? But I know Palpatine got it, that's for sure. But yeah. Like I've never looked at someone and be like, dang, that guy has a lot of power. You know what I mean? I mean, like in Star Wars universe, I guess they have like, you know, actual like special ability power. But you know what I mean? Like there's never been like someone I met that I was like, dang, dude, you're a powerful guy. That's so cool. Like this never happened in real life. Probably just too much like, we just all vibing. There's also like the power to do what, you know what I mean? I don't know, I'm rambling pretty hard. But yeah, that was my dream last night. I had to fight Emperor Palpatine. I also had to kill Darth Vader too, that was pretty sick. But like, it, like, you know, like, I mean, I don't want to spoil it if you haven't watched Star Wars, but like, I just kind of like wrecked them and they never like came to help me. I just like wrecked them and I was like, aight, Palpatine next, final boss, let's go. I love this song. I know I made it. I was also thinking about that too. I guess this is actually a pretty good clip. I'm gonna look at the camera when I say this, y'all. Because I believe this with my whole chest. So, as a musician and an artist, I used to feel really like weird about listening to my own music because I was like, oh, I'm so conceited. I'm so into myself. I need to like calm down. I have such a big ego. But then I thought about it more and more, and like, it's kind of disrespectful to people that like your music to be like, my stuff's not that good, or like, I would never listen to my own stuff. I don't listen to my own. It's like, no, dude, like if other people actually listen to your stuff and like support it, it's like disrespectful to people that you're giving the music to be like, you know, like, I don't even listen to it. Like, if you like listening to your own music, listen to your own music, because it's only like gonna help you better understand why people like your music, and you can relate to them better, and you'll have a better time. And you don't have to feel weird about it. You know what I mean? So yeah. That's future me when I watch the VOD. Make that a clip. Because I don't know, I watch a lot of big artists, or like artists that I look up to sometimes that'll be like, oh, I don't listen to my own music, like, that's weird. And I'm like, I don't have that much of an ego. I can't wait till somebody be like, dang, listen to your own music. I'm like, hell yeah, I do, because it's dope. And other people think it's dope. If you don't think it's dope, that's your problem. You know what I mean? So yeah. Or not that it's like, if that's your problem, but like, here's a bunch of playlists that maybe you like instead. If that makes sense. Yeah, and Roses says, now that you mention it, I like that you do that because it shows you respect your own work, like you just said. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Roses. But yeah, I think that's I don't know about you, Roses, because I know you also do art. I don't know if you've seen the narrative around like other artists being like, oh, I don't listen to my own stuff, or I don't like, you know, watch my own videos, or I don't like X, Y, and Z. Like, I think it's, I don't know, disrespectful to the people that do watch it to like not enjoy it with them as much as they do. You know what I mean? I don't know. And even if like you don't have like, oh, this big fan base or something, like, you know, even then, like you still want to watch it and enjoy it because you made it. Because then, I don't know, the more you'll understand it, like what you're doing. And like, I don't know, even if, I don't know, because of the internet, dude, no matter what you upload, one person's gonna watch it, and I promise you at least one person on planet Earth is gonna like it. So even if it's just for that one person, like you have to show them respect to be like, yo, thank you. You know what I mean? Because companies, I mean, not even like on a monetary, but keeping it real, like if this helps you, you know how much money Little Caesars, the pizza brand, pays every year to get your attention? And the fact that person found your random piece of art was like, I care about this. This is cool. It is completely disrespectful to them to be like, it's all right, I get, you know what I mean? Or like, I wouldn't listen to it. I don't know, you know. It's like, no, dude, like listen to your own stuff, man. Your stuff is dope. But Skyer says, I listen to my own stuff fairly often so I could take notes, see what I did to alter, etc. Yeah, Skyer, even if it's just to get better, like to like improve what you're trying to capture with your art, that's also like important. You know what I mean? Whether it be for your own enjoyment or just for your own like, you know, critique. It's like still, you know, treat it, you know, respect it as much as your fans do, or respect it as much as the people listening to it do. I think is what I'm trying to say. But yeah. And Rosa says that's the logic with old art people may not like anymore. That's the logic with old art people may not need like anymore. It's still appreciated. It was a product of its time. No need to get embarrassed. Okay, I see. I'm sorry, because I know you had a typo, so I was like trying to like, where's it plug in? Yeah, exactly. So I think I get what you're saying, Rosa. I'm sorry. I didn't eat food before this, so my brain is running at like 20%. But yeah, but there's no need to get embarrassed. I don't know. Maybe it's my own thing, but I've always like never wanted to come off as I had like some big ego about myself for some reason. I'll probably have to like talk to somebody about that at some point. But yeah, I never wanted to come off as I had some like big ego or something. So I just genuinely don't feel like I'm better than anybody else. So because of that, I'd be like, oh, let me not listen to my own art. You know, and then I'd watch interviews of other like artists I really respect, be like, no, I don't listen to my own stuff. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh no, like if I do, then I'm a bad person. But yeah, exactly. To your point, Roses, it's like there's no need to be embarrassed about it. And it's like, and in fact, I think we should be encouraging people to consume their own stuff more often. I hope it's not weird that I'm like live talking to y'all. I'm like, hey y'all, I'm gonna clip this. But at the same time, I don't know, because I've been so busy lately. It's kind of like I gotta get the moments when I can. Especially with all the orders, you know what I mean? Which I'm super thankful for. But with all the orders, I'm like trying to like I'm running around like a chicken. That's also like that's another thing too. Why do we have so many like crazy like animal abuse euphemisms? Because I was about to say like I feel like I'm running around with a chicken with my head chopped off. That's like, that's so brutal, dude. Why? You know what I mean? Why is it a common saying? Or like there's like many ways to skin a cat, which now I don't say that anymore because now that I own cats, I'm like, don't you, dude? I would break your fingers if you even tried. You know what I mean? leave my cats out of this, or leave cats out of this. No, they don't. I love cats. But Sky says, yeah, I never understood why people delete their stuff just because it's no longer representative of their current work and just nuke chunks of it, if not their whole discography over that. So much furry culture lost that month's. Oh my God, so much of furry culture is lost to that mindset. Yeah, I feel you on that. I don't know, I 100%, like I still have all my old stuff up. I have all my old stuff up and I'm kind of like, ooh, I hope Toho never sees it and is like, actually, now's our chance. But even, you know what I mean? Even with that, like I know there's, in fact, I've had friends tell me that like I have some people that still to this day listen to my old stuff, and like part of my being is like, why do you listen to that? No. But at the same time, I'm like, it's good though. You know what I mean? Like it would be disrespectful to them to be like, oh, that's my old stuff. It's not that good. And it's like if they like it, then it's like, dude, I don't know. And especially because when I played at shows and stuff, like sometimes it's the songs that bang the hardest, even if the mixing's a little off or whatever is off, or you know what I mean? So it's like, you never know, man. You just gotta let people like what they like. And yeah, I know I'm rambling, Sky, but to talk directly what you're saying is, I guess I was kind of on topic, but yeah, Sky, I mean, I don't know, you could always, that's the thing is that like, Tyler the Creator maybe is like a good example of this, but like, Goblin is not representative of like the immensely talented, just high level art that Tyler's making now, but it's still good art, you know what I mean? Like it's still, even though like it's like, to this day, I'm kind of like, I listened to this when I was in high school. Jeez, like I can't believe I did that. You know what I mean? But it's still like, the beats are still sick. You know what I mean? Like, and it was like a time capsule. I don't know. Yeah, Sky, everything you said, I would 1,000,000,000% agree with. If you have old stuff that you're ashamed of or whatever, don't be, because it's like, that was a part of you. And actually, going back to 4-dimensional version life. This is where it all wraps together. Not only, it would be disrespectful to old you know what I mean, if you think about it, because when you made that music, you thought it was good. And so to be in the future now and be like, ugh, this doesn't represent who I am today. And it's like, well, that's okay. You could be who you are today and still be nice to who you were yesterday. You know what I mean? You don't have to like, be like, oh, I'm completely ashamed of it. Let me just delete this as if I was never that. It's like, no, man, like old you would be like, I'm cool too. You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, it kind of makes me sad thinking about it, because it's like, imagine if you were like 7 years old, some adult was like, you suck at making art. You know what I mean? But then that older adult was you from the future. That would be like so many levels of messed up. You know what I mean? So yeah. But Korean Duder, what up? Yo, I mean, I know you're already here. You got no Porygon, but I mean, not to just throw that out there. But yo, you got the stream streak, dude. Thank you, Korean Duder. I appreciate it. I just didn't want to miscommunicate what I was trying to say. Just reply to your yo. Sibla Hideo, yo, what's happening, dude? Good to see ya. So far we've been talking about being 4-dimensional. Like, what if you could be a 4-dimensional person who could like travel through time, like how we travel through 3-dimensional space? And then we were talking about listening to your own music. And Skyra brought up a great point about when people delete their old stuff because they're ashamed of it. I was kind of like, funnily enough, it loops back into being 4-dimensional, because like, imagine if you went back in time to when you made your first art and you were like, you suck, Back to the Future. Like, that would be horrible. You know what I mean? You shouldn't do that. So I was agreeing with Skyer that like, you should keep your old stuff out there because people still like it, and it'd be rude to old you to be like this. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta think of yourself in time. You know what I mean? Like, as time capsules, in my opinion. That's why I have all my old Groovy Godzilla stuff up, because like, there's people still to this day that are like, yo, no worries is good. First Day of Summer is good. In fact, First Day of Summer, that was like the 7th Groovy Kaiju song I've ever made in my life. Bro, that song goes, the Jermaine Jackson flip, that song goes crazy live. The mixing is so bad. It is so bad. Honestly, that song, I'm like, Jesus. You know what I mean? But in the right context, that song still bangs, dude. It still bangs for me. So yeah. And Simply Dale says, for sure, it's like setting a marker for your beginnings. Exactly, yeah. And that's another good point too, is like, history is important, dude. Like, you want to be able to look back and be like, look how much you've grown too. And like, especially people want to see how much you've grown too. Like, people want to like celebrate that with you. So like, to delete that is kind of like, dang, dude, you like robbed your fans from a piece of you that they might have appreciated. Cause like, and keeping it real, Sky, I mean, dude, I don't know why I have so many feelings about this, but like, sometimes I think we all do this more. I mean, I do this all the time recently to myself, is that like, kind of get over some of my like own feeling of like, I owe people stuff. What I've been doing is like, take a step back. If I had to cancel on this friend, would they be like, Aaron's the worst person that's ever lived? I wish he would just leave the earth right now because he's so horrible, because something genuinely happened to him. And as his friend, I cannot believe he did. You know what I mean? Like, no one, so that's an example. So like in this example, it's like, if someone just found your music and they love your brand new album, no one's gonna be like, go through discography and be like, wow, they released a bad song 10 years ago. Nope. I hate them now. I'm never gonna listen to any of their music ever again because they released a bad song 10 years ago. That's not reality, you know what I mean? Like, so yeah. And real quick, McShotty, hello again, dude. McShotty, good to see you. How you doing, dog? Thanks for stopping by. And Skyer says, yeah, I love going through an artist's work in chronological order sometimes to see their musical journey, as it were. Exactly, yeah. Exactly. And what's funny too is you're gonna have some people that like your older stuff and some people like your newer stuff. So like, you might end up curating a completely different audience. And just because it doesn't represent you anymore doesn't mean like, I don't know. Like I can promise you there's some guy out there that's like, I don't like all this like newer, like not city pop flip Groovy Kaiju music. You know what I mean? And that's okay. And that's okay if they don't. Because, they'll still come to a show and then I'll drop I don't know, anime t-shirts and then be like, this is the greatest thing ever. You know what I mean? Like you can serve all of them. I don't know. I'm rambling. And simply, if they do act like they ain't a real one. Exactly, yeah. Exactly, dude. And do you want to be surrounded by a bunch of not real ones? You gotta get all the real ones, dude. Shouts out to the real ones, dude. But how's your Thursday going, Simply Deo? And how's your Thursday going, McShotty? But McShotty asked, haven't checked, but is there a Must Tape Zero shirt out there? Not yet. So actually, we during like the annual fan club. Well, first, oh my god, first you. Ugh. Thank you for asking, McShoddy, but not yet. We asked in the fan club survey this year about one, and it got voted as like the #1 like request. So I'm gonna make them at some point, but because I've been getting so many orders lately, it might be a little bit. But it is on my like to-do list this year is to make a Must Sip Zero shirt. It's gonna be like red and white tie-dye. It's gonna be super sick. And McShoddy says their Thursday is going pretty good. Thanks. Dude, yeah. I'm glad to hear it's going good, man. Thanks for letting me know. Yo, Zaku! Are you back from Japan, dude? How you doing? Well, no, if Zaku replies, they're back in the States. Otherwise, they're still getting crunk in Japan. And yo, Austin, what's up, dude? Good to see you. How you doing? Zaku says jet lag this shit. I feel it, dude. Okay, I'm glad you made it back safe and sound, dude. Any quick Japan thoughts? How was your experience? Somebody else says pretty good for their Thursday. Went to work, napped in my chair a little, got home, made quesadillas for the first time, dude. Did you just unlocked a whole new, like, quesadillas? Kind of a good lunch go-to, dog. You kind of just leveled up. But let me cut this real quick. My bad. I can't read the chat bar. I want to cut my finger off. But quesadillas for the first time and now winding down. Sick, dude. It sounds like you're having like a really good Thursday, dude. I feel it. Especially those quesadillas. Try adding like if you have like any like leftover like chicken or something, just throw that in there, dude. It can be pretty dang. I use multiple cheeses, dude. The quesadillas kind of go hard. But I'm doing good. Yeah, I went to the gym earlier. I'm just been like kind of behind on everything today. I was up to like, keeping it real, y'all, I was up to like 5:30 last night packing vinyl orders. So just been, you know what I mean, kind of like sleeping in super late and then going to the gym and being like, oh shit, it's time to stream. You know what I mean? So yeah. But McShoddy says, I don't know why, but the idea of a shirt being one of those side designs that rise up from the bottom in itself, the kaiju itself taking up like one major half of the shirt. Oh, that sounds super cool, McShoddy. I see what you're saying. Yeah, like, I know what you're talking, like the shirts where like they come up from the side. That'd be super sick, yeah. Yeah, when I rewatched the VOD, future me, write down McShoddy's idea of having a side panel. I mean, you could see me, I guess. I'll take a screenshot. When I watch this in the VOD of like a Groovy Kaiju coming out from the side. Even like a Relical Reptar just like kick-flipping from like behind. That'd look pretty sick. But I'll probably do like a more proper one. I don't know, that's one thing I was like, low-key, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. One piece of like, I want to commission people more. One piece is the money, but you know, if the orders keep going the way they are, we might actually have money, which is kind of crazy. It's been 5 years of no money. Well, actually, technically, like I guess 2 years of no money. We might actually have money. So I kind of wanted to hire an assistant just to commission people to be like, hey, just like the time of like all the emailing and stuff is really like what is another like blocker. Cause like you kind of have to like slow down to speed up, if that makes sense. So yeah. But Rosa says quesadillas are amazing. I know, yeah. I wish I could still eat them, Roses. I'm lactose now, but yeah, I used to make a lot of quesadillas. In fact, when I was like taking care of my my brother when they were sick, not taking care of them, but like, you know, I was visiting him a lot because he was sick. That was like our go-to thing we'd make together, is quesadillas. But McShoddy says, yeah. All right, cool. I'm glad I got what you were trying to say with the shirt, dude. Simply Dale says, oh geez, make sure you're getting your sleep. Yeah, so that's been the nice thing is I've always been like a night owl, so it's been kind of like the biggest benefit of doing music stuff really is just being able to like do my natural circadian rhythm. So even when I have like the nights where I'm like, oh well, it's gonna be a busy night, gotta get all this done by tomorrow, I'll stay up to like 6 in the morning and then sleep the normal like 6 to 8 hours because, you know, I want to stay healthy, and it's been nice to be able to do that. So I can like, my schedule is flexible to like based on how much work I need to get done. So yeah, or the amount of work I like try to give you know, I want to get done. Low key, that makes sense. Because I'll admit sometimes I'll be like, I gotta get this done by tomorrow, and then I'm like, why did I do that? You know what I mean? Sometimes I overwhelm myself. But Austin says, been super busy. I miss watching some of the streams, sadly. Yeah, dude, no worries. It is super all good, man. Yeah. I hope it's been a good busy. Like you've been like, you know, getting a lot of stuff done or something. Because I'm also mega busy. I feel you. Like I want to watch more streams just to like see what other streamers are doing to learn from them. But it's been a lot of just like, it's, you know, you guys know I write a lot of emails. So like it's hard for me to like listen to someone else talk while I'm like writing something. So it's been like, you know, I have to be working on a very specific thing to be able to watch a stream at the same time. So yeah, you get what I'm saying, Austin. So no worries at all, dog. And Rosa says, ooh, that's a good one. Or, not even a good one, that's a great one. Thank you, Rosa, hell yeah. And Simply Deo says, also, yeah, whole new world, gonna try different cheeses next time I only do mozzarella for the quesadilla. Yeah, dude, mozzarella's good. Honestly, just mix and blend cheese is good too. But yeah, we used to do, I think my brother and I used to do like 2 or 3 different cheeses, and it just like, I don't know, kind of like levels it up a little bit. And McShoddy says, another thing that could be cool would be the mini kaiju from the Straw Monsters album cover into a keychain. Definitely. Yeah, I want to make more keychain designs. But like, kind of like shot me in the foot a little bit, McShoddy, not gonna lie. I had a keychain designer, Loki off of Alibaba, and I finally was like, cool, you're my keychain designer, let's go. And then like, you know, we had like all the new US tariffs, so I had to like scale back on everything that I was getting made off of Alibaba. So I found a new keychain designer because I'm running out of these like the normal Groovy Kaiju logo keychains, but they're like 3 times the price. So I'm probably just gonna stick to the, you know, I guess I'll keep it real with you, McShoddy. I'll probably stick to those for a minute, just because like the keychains do better as like add-ons than they do like their own individual thing. So, but future me, when I rewatch the VOD, at least write down the idea of mini kaiju keychains, because I do think it'd be kind of cool. But you know, it's just maybe when the business lines up with it, or not even the business, like the politics, sadly, lines up with it. This is 1.1 pound 2 ounces. And Austin says, you gotta make a figure too. Yeah, that was something we voted on in the fan club survey, Austin, was to do like Groovy Kaiju figures. Because I was thinking what would be super mega sick was if I had like a 3D printer right here, and then people could order, and then maybe I can write some code or something to automatically start printing people's orders as they order them. Of course, it wouldn't be done by the time the stream's over, but like people could like order a figure and like watch it immediately get made behind here. You know what I mean? Plus, 3D printing is like, you know, I'm very technical, so I was like, I probably should just get into this. And I like found some people that could like contract or commission really to make 3D models of Groovy Kaiju stuff. So, but there was interest in it, and it was like probably something I'll try to experiment with in 2027. So yeah, but I definitely want to do figures, because figures would be super sick, especially if we can like get little like amiibo-sized ones. That's what I was thinking. I would love me a little Groovy Kaiju amiibo. And then I could also like put NFC stickers on them, so you could like tap it like an amiibo and then get like an album or something. That'd be sick. But Austin says, what would you make a figure of? I'd probably make, honestly, like, I feel a little bad about, I don't feel bad about it, but I do. Monster Tape Zero has so many different forms, and I feel bad. What I feel bad about, in air quotes, as I keep saying, this is the final form Monster Tape Zero. And then like I'll like, you know, be hanging out, living my life, and I'll be like, you know, it'd be sick if we did this for Monster Tape Zero. You know what I mean? So I probably did just stop saying as the final form. But what would I make a figure of, Austin? I would love, like, because for a 3D printer, like you can do multiple colors. But even if I just made like a Monster Tape Zero character, like, you know, the like Red Ghidorah looking thing, and just made that like an amiibo size thing, and put like an NFC sticker in it. And if you could like tap the figure and then get Monster Tape Zero on your phone, that would be beyond cool. Yeah, at least that's what I would think of. So like pretty much just 3D versions of all the current like stickers I have, but then make them, you know, go on like find someone to commission to like make them into 3D models. and see if I can like fit little like NFC tags in them, because that would go so hard. But Rabbit, yo, what up, Rabbit? What's up, dude? Good to see you. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. It's also funny too, because this Aaron that got this Monster Zero vinyl, they don't have 2 A's, they just have 1 A. So it's like Aaron, not Aaron, just Aaron. But it's funny because my dad used to always call me Aaron, because he was like, yo, he always said Aaron, like if you said air and then in, he was like, that's how you say the girl's name, but the man's name is Aaron. And I was like, I'm pretty sure you made that up, Dad, but okay, sure. But Austin said that'd be sick. I'm glad to hear you also think it'd be sick, Austin. And thanks, I appreciate you listening and giving me your feedback on the idea. And James Groovy, hi dude, James, good to see you. How you doing? I replied to you, I think, recently on all the VODs and stuff. Thanks for checking it out, dude. It's always good to hear from you on the VODs and stuff. And I hope it's like a good way to catch up with everything. Want to say hi? Currently in the hospital with a miss, waiting for our son to pop out. Oh wow, yeah, no, you did tell me, and I replied to your comment and was like, James, congratulations! Dude, wow, cool, dude. Yeah, no, you did tell me. I tell the missus we're all with you, and hope it all goes well, dude. I'm super excited for you. That's so awesome, dude. Congrats. And thanks for stopping by to let us know. That's so rad. All right, cool. We're gonna start packing these. Wow, dude, that's, I don't know. If you don't mind me asking, James, are you excited? Roses also says congratulations. That's, yeah, we're all like, yo, James, that's so cool, dude. Congrats. But are you excited? Are you nervous? I know you have, I mean, I guess if, I don't know, if you have the second to reply. Yeah, but are you excited? Because you have kids already, so, you know, what's the level of excitement? Oh, okay, they're leaving. Okay, I'll get you around, James. Take it easy. And Simply Today also says, insanely big congrats. Good luck. We all, you know, good luck, James. We're all behind you, man. Take it easy. To you and the missus. All right, cool. Time to set up the little pull-out table. Oh.
New merch order from Jared.
Hey, thank you, Jared. I appreciate you. If you're watching, let me know. I'll pack it right now. Yeah, that's another thing I gotta do, y'all, because I realized I can't see the order announcements from when I do these, and I do the orders from right here, so I think I might set up a little, I might dust off the old keyboard and write some code to make it so that it'll post in chat like what the order was, so I know, like, you know, I can actually read their name and stuff from over there, because like the alerts only show up on this screen. But that's a very specific me problem. Oh, Jared, let's go. Oh yeah, what did y'all think of having NetNavi on? Did y'all enjoy having NetNavi as a guest? And I still want to make a Google form for us so we can have some of y'all come on to be guests if you want. I know some of us are shy, but just throwing that out there. Again, it's just more been a time thing. So, oh, and I guess like the point I was making earlier was that that's another part of like me wanting an assistant, is just so I could, you know, coordinate more stuff with people. Because so much of it is like me being blocked on like trying to like, you know, manage everything. So I don't know, if I had like a little assistant that I could be like, hey, can you like see who wants to be on the stream and like coordinate, tell them like, hey, be on Discord at this time, and set all that up for me, so that way I can like do other things, and then when the stream happens we can like talk, you know what I mean? I don't know. And Skyer says NetNavi was awesome. Rosa says loved it, it was very fun. And Simply Adele says was really nice. I've really been enjoying everybody that's been coming on. All right, cool, I'm glad to hear. Yeah, NetNavi, we've known each other for like a billion years, so We used to be roommates. But so yeah. So I could have NetNevi on whenever. Yeah, we watching the VOD too. NetNevi like really had all the good like music making tips. And I feel like they elaborate themselves a lot better than I do. I'm just kind of like blah, 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 blah. I feel like I talk like an Animal Crossing character sometimes. It's like blah, 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 blah. Just like rambling. Whereas he's like a lot more smooth and he's like, no, actually, this is how you say it. And I'm like, oh. But I have a deeper voice, so I feel like I'm, like the dude Animal Crossing characters always like, whoa, 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 whoa. I don't know. But yeah. All right, cool. So we're shipping Gerard's order, who just ordered, and they got a sticker pack and all 3 CDs. So let's go, Gerard, dude. Hell yeah. Wait, I'm gonna open these up because I'm gonna put them all inside of a sticker pack. Duh. But yeah, actually, speaking of sticker packs, I feel kind of bad because I like low-key I'm running out of stickers. I already have some on the way. That's another thing. I don't know. I'm just keeping it real. Oh my god, almost said yambling. Not yambling, rambling. I also want to get a little bit of help because even when it comes down to like buying stuff, like I just sometimes we'll run out of time to like, oh no, I ran out of stickers because I just haven't had the time to buy more stickers. You know what I mean? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah, what else did I want to tell y'all? I want to pull up my phone. It was like some other things. I remember I took a picture of something I wanted to tell y'all about. Oh my god. Oh yeah, before this, at Costco, my girlfriend and I, we went to Costco last. She got some fancy, like low calorie, awesome cereal. It tasted so bad, dude. It was so bad. I was like, this is the worst cereal I've ever had in my life. But I was just trying to eat something really quick before we started streaming. Because I was like, I'm gonna starve if I don't. And I'm currently starving, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. But yeah, it was kind of funny how bad it was. Dun, 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 dun. Oh yeah. But yeah, I got more stickers and stuff on the way, so everything I'm running out of, we should have more of pretty soon, thankfully. Alright, what's this photo I want to show y'all? I tape this up. Dun, 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 dun. Oh! I don't know why I'm always talking about Young Bae, but you see Young Bae's moving to New York, dude? I don't know if y'all also follow Young Bae. I don't know, I guess I'm bringing it up just because I know a lot of us like Future Funk stuff, so I don't know how y'all follow other artists and stuff. I just love music, dude, so I'd be watching every musician, what they're doing. Both from like let me take notes on what they're doing, but also from like a perspective of like, just genuinely as like a, we're all artists. As like a camaraderie, that's the right word I'm looking for. But Simply Hideo says, it's always the food that boasts about being healthier that ends up being the worst. Yeah. I feel like, because they like focus so hard on the healthy, they like forget to focus on the taste. That and like, if you think about it, dude, some people just have never had good food in their life, if you think about it. Like some people's like, not to be rude, but some people's parents, like they just weren't good cooks. So like when they make food like that, they're like, oh, this tastes really good actually. And it's like, dude, no, dude. You know what I mean? Like there's some people that go to restaurants because they're like, ugh, like I'd rather have good service and food tastes good. And I'm like, dude, I don't care if they yelled in my face. If the food's good enough, I'm still going. You know what I mean? And there's some people that aren't like that. So, you know what I mean? They just don't know. They like literally don't know. So they make these products and they're like, dang, why isn't nobody buying it? It's good to me. Because it's like, dude, it's not good though. But Rosa says since it tastes bad, it's advertised as low calorie, so eat less. That's actually kind of genius, Rosa is. I never considered that. Like, yeah, it's low calorie because you won't want to eat it. Oh, that's comedy. Our food makes you control your portions because it tastes bad, so you won't eat a lot of it. Oh, it's comedy. That was literally the funniest thing I read all day. Thank you, Roses. Austin says, usually the worse it tastes, the better it probably is for you. Yeah, I mean, sometimes. Like, I don't know, dude. Austin, the ice cream I make, pretty dank. And it's actually kind of good for you. I mean, it's like about 400 calories, which is like debatably a lot in terms of like a snack. But I make a ton of ice cream for like, it's like 4 servings of ice cream for like 100 calories each serving. And it tastes good, dude. That's a toot my own horn, but yeah. But also I'm a big popcorn guy. Popcorn's kind of underrated. Popcorn like secretly is like a very like fills you up snack that's actually very low calorie if you don't add a ton of butter and stuff. So yeah. I think you just gotta know, like, you know, you just gotta know what to get. And like a lot of food like overseas is like actually like tastes like, especially like a lot of Japanese food will taste just as good as American food, but like you'll just lose weight because they don't add like a bunch of extra BS for no reason. Like, funnily enough, like kind of to Rose's point of like them making the food taste bad so we eat less of it. Like, aren't they trying to like put Ozempic blockers in like snacks and stuff? Because they're like, oh, we need you to buy more like Fritos, so we're trying to put like figure out a chemical that blocks the Ozempic, so you stay more hungry. Like that's like American capitalism. I guess it's not really capitalism, but American greed. There you go. I don't know if it's necessarily a capitalism fault, but I guess you could say that. What I'm trying to say. I don't know. It's a wild world, man. Animal Crossing said it on the DS. But Sky says, fun fact, unfrosted Pop-Tarts have a slightly more sugar than the frosted version of the same flavor. Yeah, Sky, I remember we were talking about this once, and it was like crazy that unfrosted Pop, because I remember I was complaining about how I think I told you the time, Sky, with like one of my core memories is like playing Super Mario Galaxy like a day before it came out because my buddy's dad like got a torrent of it on like their jailbroken Wii. And then he was like, bro, like before you go to school, like come over and like you gotta play Mario Galaxy. We got it early. And they were like, oh yeah, like we'll give you breakfast. And I got them, they had unfrosted Pop-Tarts, and I was like, Super Mario Galaxy is dank, but why the hell did you guys buy unfrosted Pop-Tarts? You know what I mean? Like, why would you? I just remember being so disappointed in them. It's like, did no one ever tell you that this is like a sin? Like, you know what I mean? I'm a child. You can't do this to me. But yeah, that's wild, because like I thought, you know, they were a little bit more healthy. So I think Skyler, you told me that because I was like, why would you? Yeah, and you were like, yeah, like, there was no reason for them to get unfrosted because it has higher sugar anyway. So yeah. But anyways, Simply Dale says spitting about Rose's make the food taste bad so you eat less. Lamau. And Simply Dale says, oh goodness, on like the Ozempic blockers, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of wild. But Miss Nug, yo, what be cooking, mama? Dude, honestly, I just answer your question seriously. I was talking about, I said it like 4 times already on stream because I'm so hyped on it. But dude, I got me some of that microwavable like pre-cooked rice. I have some like instant pot chicken thighs that I made with like turmeric and a bunch of stuff. And then I just cooked up some eggs, and dude, and got the Bonchan's Japanese barbecue sauce. That's what's cooking, mama, because I made my own oyakudon and it's really good. So I'm gonna eat that after this. So I ran out of time before streaming. So that's what we're cooking. That's what's actually cooking. But Rosa says, I don't trust sugar-free versions of food the most. Stuff was bought on accident. It tasted bad. It's always an aftertaste. So actually, Rosa's like low-key pro tip. I heard that some people have to adjust. Like I remember I was watching a video from this creator named Cities by Diana. And she makes a bunch of like videos just making fun of different cities. But they were talking about how like, oh, like you have to, I mean, again, maybe look into it. But she was saying that you have to adjust to sugar-free. Because I think your brain naturally just doesn't like a lot of like sweeteners and stuff. And it takes a while to adjust it. But like if you kind of like do it for like a week, your brain is like, actually this tastes good. Because that's what kind of happened to me is I used to be very like sugar-free, tastes gross. But then like, I don't know, I just started drinking sugar-free Red Bulls because like I looked how much sugar was in Red Bull and I was like, oh, I can't drink this. So I would just like force myself to drink sugar-free Red Bull to like save the calories. And then one day I was kind of like, sugar-free Red Bull kind of slaps. So I think it's like something you got to adjust to. It's kind of like the milk spamming thing. Like you got to like just endure it long enough and it eventually becomes good. It's like the 4 anime episode rule. But also too, like different sweeteners have different like kind of weird things about them. So like I try to get like a stevia based sweetener or an aspartame one because ethereal is like a sugar alcohol and that makes my stomach hurt. So just put it out there. Like that's another thing too is that each one of the different sugars tastes different too. Like the sugar alternatives. So you might have to just find the one that like works for you. There's like 4 different kinds, I think. Like my personal favorite is ethereal, but it makes my stomach hurt. It made my tummy hurt. So now I'm a stevia guy. I prefer artificial sweeteners made by man. Do you remember that from the Bee movie by any chance? When he's like mad at the bee for like getting his wife. He's like, I prefer artificial sweeteners made by man. I'm sorry, I'm just being silly. Let me read the chat. Skyler says, fun Pop-Tart fact number 2. Back in the day, you could make a makeshift campfire in your house by keeping strawberry Pop-Tarts cooking in the toaster longer than intended. Oh, nice. A makeshift campfire. Oh, so they would catch on fire? Like they were, like the breading was just like flammable or something? If so, that's crazy. That's unfortunate somebody had to find that out. But somebody else says, oh damn! I think on the Yakadon. And Miss Nunn says, oh sick, that sounds really good. Thank you. Yakadon's so good. Yup. And Miss Nunn, you know what's up. Hell yeah. Yeah, it's like my go-to cheap meal whenever someone's like, I want to get Japanese food. And I'm like, ooh, I'm kind of broke. And I'll just like go ahead and get me a little Yakadon. Usually they're like cheaper. Just chicken and egg and rice, so yeah. Rosa says, that's crazy on the sugar-free sweeteners, but I can't stand some of them over the medicine aftertaste. I believe this one though, yeah. Yeah, the aftertaste goes away after a while, Roses. Like, again, you know, you have to do anything you don't want to, but like, the health benefits, in my opinion, I think are kind of worth it. Which I know is kind of crazy because most people are like, artificial sweeteners will kill you, but I mean, based on again, I'm not a food scientist, so maybe don't listen to me, but based on the stuff I've read, it's like actually like genuinely a healthier thing to do. So I think it's, worth it. And I'm not saying you have to cut sugar out completely, but like even just like switching to diet soda would probably make a huge, huge difference. And like, in terms of like calorie intake. And I think diet soda is like a great place to start getting used to like artificial sweeteners, because diet soda tends to taste a little bit better anyways than just going straight. Like I'm eating sugar-free granola bars now. Like you could ease into it through diet sodas. Like Coke Zero kind of tastes exactly like Coke once you get over like the sugar-free hump. That or I broke my brain, I don't know. I broke my taste buds. Miss Nun says sugar and salt in his American pastime. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, one thing that's also kind of hot take, maybe it's just my body, but I kind of realized when I went completely zero sugar, I think you need to have some sugar in your life. Because then you could go completely zero, my body just started getting like kind of crazy. I just felt off. So I try to get like 50% of the daily value of sugar. So when I read something and it's like, I try to eat anything that's like more than like 20% daily value of sugar as like a general rule of thumb. Or added sugar, not even like just particularly added sugar. Like if it's like fruit, and like fruit has a lot of sugar in it, but like it's better for you fruit. It's not like just like dead ass, yo, here's a bunch of sugar. You know what I mean? For no reason. Miss Nunn says B movie is a horror movie. All male bees have buzz cuts and the female bees have beehive hairnets. That's crazy. That's wild, Miss Nunn. Yeah, I haven't watched a movie in a minute. I forgot about that part, but that sounds crazy. And Skyer, I know what you're talking about. My bad, Skyer. Yeah, so the Pop-Tarts would somewhat violently combust. That's crazy. Yeah, because I always wonder that too. I was like, how does stuff like food not just randomly catch on fire? But yeah, I guess Pop-Tarts found out at some point. Austin says B movie is actually wild because if your girl started hating me because she liked a bee, I wouldn't think I'm real anymore. Yeah, for real. I would also have a mental breakdown if like I lost my girlfriend to an actual bee. I'd be like, I gotta go to the, you know what I mean? I gotta go to, I'm trying to think of what's a place? I don't know, I just know I know the mental health resources back in Long Beach, but not out here in Arizona. But I know where to go if I was in Long Beach, that's for sure. But Rod Strikes, dude, thanks for sending over some love, man. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're having a good Thursday. Hope you're chilling. Let's get over this. Put them over here. Skyer says, granola anything is such a scam. People would save so much money and have so much more of it by just buying the individual ingredients and making their own. Like $8 for a small or mid bag of granola is robbery. Yeah. There's a lot of things like that. Like isn't almond milk, like you can get like a whole bunch of almonds for like hella cheap. And if you just have a blender, you can make like your own almond milk in like 5 minutes for like 1/10 the price. It's just like almond salts and water. Oh yeah. Bang. Oh wait, I forgot to give them stickers. Damn. I'm running out though, low key. But Carter, if you watch this, I appreciate you. And I really went back to get you some stickers real quick, dog. Oh yeah, well yeah, but I'm sorry, I mentioned it briefly and then Super Dale was like, wait, what? And I never finished it. But yeah, so I guess for anyone else here that's also like a Vaporwave fan, it looks like Young Bae moved to New York, dude. And he elaborated a little bit earlier in his story, but I guess he was like, I hate how everyone in LA just cares about money and their followers, so I'm gonna move to New York. And I was like, dang. Which honestly, as someone who lived in LA for a while, or who grew up in LA, I kind of feel bad because I feel like a lot of people move to LA and they get like the like I'm not from LA experience, so they don't ever actually meet many native LA people. Because native LA people are just kind of like working the everyday jobs and stuff. Like you have to like grow up in LA to meet like people who grew up in LA, you know what I mean? So then they end up getting like this really like kind of like touristy understanding, not touristy, but outsider understanding of LA because they only ever hang out with other LA outsiders, if that makes sense. I'm not saying that's like exactly what Young Bae did. I don't know the guy, but yeah, but I guess what I'm trying to say is, as someone who lived up in LA, never felt that way about LA. But then as soon as I started doing more music stuff, and I started meeting people that wanted to do music and stuff like that, I 100% get where he's coming from. Which is kind of sad because like, there's a whole other side of LA that's not that. But you kind of can't avoid it if you're like doing anything creative. That makes sense. So I hope my mans has fun in New York. Again, I don't really know him, so he's not really my mans, but you know, my mans. Austin says homemade granola tastes so much better too. Yeah. I used to make my own trail mix, Sky and Austin. That was like my go-to snack in college. Because that's also something you can make way cheaper if you just get all the ingredients yourself. So I would just buy all the individual ingredients separately and then like put it in one giant bag, and oh, it was so good. Especially because you can get like exactly what you want. You have to like get trail mix and be like, I love this trail mix except like this specific nut they put in there for some reason. In out of context, that sounds crazy, but you know what I mean? I'm sorry, y'all. But Rosa says, I think that kind of stuff is sadly unavoidable, but I don't blame the move. Yeah, exactly. Because that's the thing, is that so many people, like, I mean, I don't know. Every time I listen to Pink Pony Club, I mean, I don't listen to Pink Pony Club that often, but when I do listen to Pink Pony, or whenever Pink Pony Club comes on by Chappelle Rowan, that whole song is just like romanticizing LA, and it's like, oh, I want to be famous there, and it's just like, so many people move to LA for that exact idea, so it's like hard to avoid it. But like as soon as you start getting even close to that industry, it's like, you know, you start to see all the downsides of that romanticization that people have. And that's a bit, yeah, wait a minute, lol, I know, right? Yeah. Like as soon as I said it out loud, I was like, hold up. Hold up. But yeah, I could never live in New York, dude. Have y'all ever been? I mean, I guess we have some people on the East Coast, but like New York City, like it honestly like freaks me out. Cause like it freaks me out. Like I have a fun time. I love going to New York. I love getting my bacon egg on a bagel. You know what I mean? Every morning. I kind of like the idea that like all like the quick on the road food is just super mega cheap, and you walk so much that you can eat a little bit more calories and not have to like worry about it. It's kind of crazy that there's like very little grocery stores out there, because it's just everyone just eats at the bodegas and stuff like that. But to me, just I don't know, time feels like it moves faster out there for me. Like I feel like every time I visit New York, it's like I wake up, I like go do the thing I gotta do, and I look outside and I'm like, oh wow, it's night now. Like I feel like I've only been awake for 3 hours, but it's actually been 10, and I just feel like my life would be like slipping away from me if it's hard to live in the moment out there for me, and that just kind of, it's like creepy. It's like, ooh, I don't like this. I don't like fast forwarding through life. You know what I mean? As much as I like joke that I want to, but and be old already, but you know what I'm trying to say. The actual experience of fast forwarding through life is kind of wild. That and you would never see me again if I lived in New York. Because one thing, I had a buddy, like coworkers back when I worked at Google that lived in New York, and I asked them, like one of my go-to questions is I ask people like, what do you do for fun? And one of them just looked at me and was like, I live in New York. And like looked at me like I was dumb. And I was like, I live in New York. And I was like, that doesn't answer my question. You know what I mean? But then when you visit New York City, you're kind of like, oh, I get it. Because when you step outside, there's always something happening. Like always. And there's always like, and because there's no earthquakes out there, they'll build the building super tall and low. So like sometimes you walk into a building and that'll be what you do for the day. It's just like explore what's in that building. Because they'll have like different shops on every floor, and it's just like, there's so much, it's so dense out there. It's like, there's like a billion, like just stepping outside is like an activity. Because like you'll just run into something entertaining and fun. You don't need hobbies if you live in New York. It's kind of crazy. But Subadeo says, I do hope it's better for him at least. It just seems like LA lost that rep for being one of the best places. Yeah, Subadeo says, New York is cool, but I can never live over there. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is that as much as I wish LA lost that rep, and I agree that it does, like personally, I think it does, but I think like, you know, it's one of those things I think that's going to take like generations to shake off, like generations of people before people are finally like, oh, you don't need to go to LA to be famous or whatever. Because like, if you think about it too, all this internet stuff is still like fairly new. Yeah, I mean, like the internet really came into prominence when we were all born. So like, it's going to take like our grandkids to be like, why would I move to LA when I could just use the internet? Like, it's still like a new concept. Like even just me doing this live stream and you watching it is like extremely new. Like it only was invented like 10 years ago. Yeah. So yeah. Hey, Jason.
New merch order from Jason.
But Rosa says my only... Oh, thank you, Jason. By the way, if you're watching, let me know. I'll pack it right now. But Rosa says my only reason for visiting New York is my close friend I don't shut up about. Other than that, I don't think I can handle living there. No, I mean, talk about your friend. Your friend's awesome. They sound awesome. But yeah, I feel you though. I can't imagine. I'm glad that you also can't imagine living out there because, yeah, I'm glad I'm not alone. And Rosa says, honestly, didn't even know LA was so romanticized. Not gonna lie over everything that's happened. Yeah, like honestly, I guess let me look it up. U-Haul most one-way 2025. Oh wow, okay. What's funny is I was about to be like, crack my knuckles and be like, look at the U-Haul report for LA being #1 growth metro again, but surprisingly, actually Phoenix won over anything. San Diego is now all the way down at 16. Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe LA, maybe it is losing its glimmer. But I know for a fact that like last year, LA was still like one of the top places people move to of all time. Like every year, it's like always been LA. Because like again, I don't want to like dox anyone, but just based on some of the small things I mentioned about LA and stuff, I would assume that a few of us in here know LA like for real. What was I gonna say with that? Oh yeah, well, I guess when you're on the inside, you don't really get it because you like grew up around LA your whole life. But like, yeah, dude, when I talk to people that like would be like living in the Midwest or something, they're like, oh wow, yeah. I've had so many friends that like, literally move their whole life upside down just to get to LA by any means necessary. And I remember getting Instagram reels of people being like, oh, I was a content creator and I was living in like Nebraska. And then, I went viral once. So I was like, let me move to LA because I think I have a lot of opportunity here. And like, they would like literally just, their whole plan would be like, I'll sleep in my car until I figure it out. And like, they would just do it. Which super respect to them. But I'd get like multiple Instagram reels of people just trying that for like last year. So yeah, like if you're on the inside, you don't see the romanticization of it. But like when you, I don't know, step it outside, it's like, oh wow. There's even some people like, I mean, I'm trying to think if there's anyone in that. Phoenix, not really. Because Phoenix is kind of like, don't California my Arizona. You know what I mean? They got that vibe. But I don't know. Even then though, sometimes, because like it's when it comes to, especially if you're like a music fan, some people just want to go to more shows. And they'll like do anything just to be like, I want to see my favorite artist more often than just like once every other year. And they'll like risk everything just to like be where the shows are, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know, it's crazy. But Rosa says wow, and Simply Dose says hell no. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, dude. But yeah, outside looking in, I talk to a lot of like outside people who look in, and I'm like, it's not like that, man. I'm sorry, I finally got an example. My buddy Enrel, dude. The one who has all the wild stories of like Loki getting Air Force Ones from Burna Boy, and oh wait, I was supposed to say Enrel was that guy. That's okay. Well, anyways, I remember I tell stories about Enrel, about how he used to work for like a music company, and he would like drop off equipment, and he got free Air Force Ones from Burna Boy. But yeah, Enrel is from Seattle, and their partner Molo 360 was from Florida. And I remember they like wanted to move to LA so bad because all like the vaporwave scene was like really starting to blow up in LA in terms of like that was kind of like the hub for it at the time. And yeah, they crashed with me for like a week, and they were like, yeah, we don't have jobs or anything. And then they crashed with another friend for like a week, and they just like literally figured it out. But like they really didn't have like money or a plan. They just did it. And yeah, and it was mostly because they were like, I gotta live in LA. I have to live in LA. All the shows are out there. Like, my music can get in more places. I can do X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? So yeah. And I've seen it firsthand. Like I've literally had people with the LA romanticization stay at my house before and like crash there for a bit. So yeah. But funnily enough, Enrel kind of made it happen. Enrel ended up becoming like a truck rave DJ. for a cool minute, and they were just like kind of flying all across the world low key to play Shrek Rave. And they got free Air Force Ones from Burna Boy. You know what I mean? So yeah. And their partner ended up becoming like a hairstylist in LA for a little bit, but I think they recently moved out. They like left LA after a while. Because when Shrek Rave died down, they were kind of like, man. Then now they're on our camp of being like, LA's whatever. You know what I mean? Like they kind of realized like the fairy tale of it kind of wore off after a while. If I'm not mistaken, I might be way off. I gotta have NREL on stream. NREL and I will ramble about like the most random, obscure thing for like 3 hours at a time. I remember once we talked about Mr. Beast for like 4 hours. I mean, I wouldn't have NREL on just so we could talk about Mr. Beast, but you know what I'm trying to say. That's someone that we could talk about an obscure MMO for 4 hours with y'all. If you would be into that, Roses, Siblideo. I know Skyr probably would. I think Skyr would. Skyr's like, oh, what? But yeah. Again, I gotta make like a Google form or something, or just have somebody be like, yo, someone who just helps me out with like coordinating stuff. Somebody else says for sure that's content. Yeah, I feel it. All right, we need bubble wrap. I'm glad that you see the vision and Siblideo, and that sounds like fun, Roses. All right, cool. Yeah, I want to like before I start inviting all my friends, I want to make the Google form first because I think it's more important to like extend the opportunity to people who like already watch the stream than like my friends that just want to, you know what I mean?
New merch order from Peyton.
Thank you, Peyton. I appreciate it. I can't see the. Oh, I think Peyton got a vinyl. Hey, let's go. Hell yeah. But Rosa says hydrate and stretch. Oh my god.
New merch order from Natalia.
Thank you, Natalia. I'm hydrating and stretching, Roses. Thank you. Ugh. All right. Actually, I'll print it out after this order because I'm gonna get too sidetracked. I'm already almost done with this one, so. But yeah, okay, so oh wow, there's so many things to talk about today. I used to spend a lot of time like thinking about what I was gonna talk about on stream, but I think we got into a rhythm now, which I'm thankful for. I mean, this is probably kind of bad to bring up, but I literally, it was like a life-changing Instagram reel to get. But I got an Instagram reel of the guy seemed like they were African American, but they were wearing headphones and they were playing like on a waifu anime guitar, and they were playing like Mexican music. I want to say corridos. I can't roll my R's. So corridos, I think. And the top comment was like, bro just bridged whatever divide may have existed between Japanese people, Mexican Americans, and African Americans. He might as well be the Avatar. I was like, damn, for real. I love multicultural stuff. That's like some of my favorite stuff to see. I'm always like, yes. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention. I mean, last time, we announced the Destroy All Monsters New Game Plus edition, and I had to reply to all the comments still, but it looked like everyone was super stoked to see it. My favorite comment was someone was like, "I used to pray for times like these." And I was like, "Hey, I'm so glad I could deliver." So yeah, so I finished up all like the hype videos and stuff for it to be like, "Yo, it's coming out." So now it's just about like making the actual like websites to sell the stuff. And again, I gotta film a Healy video. My girlfriend got me Heelys for Christmas, so I gotta go out and film a video of me healing with the vinyl and like do all like the last little like, you know, stuff like that, get it all ready to go. And YN Yagami, that's a sick name, dude. That's such a dope name, dude. What's up, dude? I love you, gang. Hey, send the love right back to you, Maya and Yagami. That's so sick. I appreciate it. Super Hideo says, heck yeah. Rosa says, yippee! Yeah, that's gonna be me on the Heelys. Rosa says, yippee! But yeah, I'm super excited for it. And Wyan Yagami, keep it the groovy vibes. I got you, dude, for sure. I like the frog emoji too, hell yeah. Yeah, frog emoji's kind of underused. I gotta get on my frog emoji game. But Jet, dude, good to see you. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by, Jet. Good to see you. And No ID, what's up, dude? Heelys, let's go. I know, dude. I'm so hyped on them. Yeah, I've only ever used them like once so far, but I was like, I gotta use them for the Shrill Monsters promo video, Instagram reels. Because you can't really post carousels anymore. Instagram doesn't really like carousels anymore, so I have to make a reel. Wyan Yagami says, freaky frogs, hell yeah. You know what's the one meme? It's like, the water's turning the frogs gay. You know what I mean? Oh, I like that meme. The freaky frogs, man. Yeah, frogs are kind of cool, dude. Shouts out to all the frogs, dude. The real Stromboli. What's up, dude? What's up? Good to see you. How you doing? How's your Thursday? Thanks for stopping by. And Jet says, great. Honestly, I'm dropping the EP soon, man. Hey, let's go. Dude, congrats on getting the EP done. If I may, when you drop it, be sure you celebrate. Making art is really hard, and I feel like oftentimes we forget to celebrate the completed work because it's tough, dude. So make sure you take time to be like, hell yeah, I made this EP, let's go. If you don't mind, Jet. And Stromboli says, I want to get your CD when I get money. Dude, yeah, I'm glad to hear you want to grab it, man. I appreciate it. I super appreciate you want to grab it. And yeah, take your time, dude. I have a bunch of CDs. Literally, I don't know if you can see it. Oh, it's behind the chat, but literally I have a stack of 100 right here. And I guess I could show you this, but this is a spindle. I build the CDs by hand. This is a whole spindle. I got a bunch, so whenever you're ready, dude, I got you. I have another 2,000 on the way too, so there's somebody in Portland right now just pressing out CDs for me. Miss Guy says, shout out to the gay frogs, dude. Shout out to the gay frogs, dude. For real. Yo. And Stromboli says, good, and you? I'm doing good, dude. And I'm just over here shouting out the gay frogs. As you do. As we should. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh yeah, let me grab my phone. There's a bunch of other stuff I want to tell you. Oh, it's over here. Okay, cool. Oh, actually, I'm sending out. I'm dropping a new Aviscerall track tomorrow, and there's a really funny Godzilla meme I put in there. I gotta spoil it because I kind of messed it up when I was telling the story. But can you see it on? No, it's too bright. Aw, damn. All right, well, I got it. Pretty much, it's I got the clip. It's breaking news, and it's King Ghidorah coming out to attack a city. I saw it on the Godzilla subreddit. I thought it was pretty funny. Then I gotta print the other thing for Natalia. Oh, but super random skate news. Did y'all see? I don't know if y'all care about, but Nigel Houston, funnily enough, in Arizona, honestly, I think a mile from me, was skating and absolutely died. Not died, but fell really hard. He was skating a handrail and literally fell on his face from it was crazy. I saw the video, I was like, damn, this is brutal. I was this is brutal. Yeah, No ID was yeah, that was nuts. Exactly, yeah. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Yeah, when I watched it, I was like, oh my god. But I'm glad that he was okay. Because it looked like he could have not been okay the way it all happened. Yeah, Najee Houston's one of those like people that is like, they're like kind of like the best skateboarder ever. And it's like, I don't know, it's like one of those people, it's like, you know, every time something bad happens with Nigel, I'm like, no, not my GOAT. You know what I mean? It'd be like if LeBron James got like really injured. It'd be like, no, not LeBron James, dude. He's the GOAT, dude. Even though he's like, you know, everyone likes LeBron James. And maybe they're a little overhyped. But dude, he's still the GOAT. You know what I mean? But Simply Dale says, oh geez, no, yeah, don't, honestly, Simply Dale, I know I brought it up, but don't look it up. That one you don't want to look up. It's actually kind of graphic. I was like, oh my God. Like if you haven't seen a bunch of skate bales already, if you want a skater, it's nothing you want to look up. You're gonna be like, oh my God. But Eli, dude, good to see you. How you doing? How's it going, Eli? Anything new with you? How's your Thursday? Oh, what's sick too is that low-key, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I'll be Googling my Groovy Kaiju on stuff and looking on Reddit for Groovy Kaiju, see what people are saying. So, you know what I mean? But thankfully it's always something nice. But someone on the Arch Linux subreddit was like, oh, what's crazy is that the Reddit search will even search the image for text. So if you like look up like a word on Reddit, it'll actually look up the that word and the images of stuff.
New merch order from Brandon.
Thank you, Brandon. Okay, I'll print that real quick. Let me know if you're here, Brandon. I'll pack it right now, dog. But Skyler says it's insane how some people can absolutely bite concrete and be fine after. Yeah, it's weird. Like the human body is like ridiculously resilient, but at the same time, it's not. Like if you fall like one way, it could be like, wow, that's surprising that your body can handle all that. But like if you fall like, if you stub your toe, it's like, oh, well, you fractured your entire leg. And it's like, what? You know what I mean? Sometimes it makes sense. But no ID. Look like a concussion for sure. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely a concussion. And Eli says, it's been good. I've been redesigning a character of mine. Oh, sick. It's always nice to like get a little refresh on like art and stuff like that. Every once in a while, I'll, like play around with an old song. Or it's been like really nice to do all like the instrumental and vaporwave reworks of my stuff because it's, you know, I've been feeling like, oh wow, I'm like redesigning the song from the ground up. Oh yeah, but pretty much I was looking up Groovy Kaiju on Reddit, and what was cool was that someone on the Arch Linux subreddit made like this super sick like Akira console terminal like Linux setup, and they just happened to be listening to my music, so that's how I got caught in like the Reddit search for Groovy Kaiju. And I was like, hey, speaking of older stuff, they were listening to Godzilla Summer Vacation, so like one of my like OG like 2015 Groovy Godzilla EPs. I was like, hell yeah, dude. If I deleted that, then they would have been sad, you know what I mean? That guy would have been sad. So you gotta keep your old stuff up, like Skyler was saying, because you never know. Some dude right now could be working on an Arch Linux setup to your old music, and you wouldn't even know. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to tell y'all from lately. I think that's it. Also, I'm streaming for like 2 hours almost. Okay, cool. But yeah, I got more stuff to bring up. Did y'all see that? Cool thing, that's hella funny. I saw a clip that I guess people have been like tweeting at Mr. Beast to be like, Mr. Beast, save New Jeans, please. It's been kind of funny because I'm like, yo, really though? Really though? That would be kind of sick if he did some magical way. Because I love New Jeans and somebody need to save New Jeans. Yeah, I love New Jeans and somebody got to save them. And what's funny is in the interview, it was like an interview, it was like a random thing, but Mr. Beast was just like, yeah, everyone's telling me to save New Jeans, but like, what do I do? You know what I mean? He's like, I'm open to doing it, but just no one's told me what I need to do. You know what I mean? And Rosa says, and he responded on what he should do to help. Yeah, that was crazy, Lamau. Okay, cool. Yeah, Rosa, I'm glad we saw the same thing. I just love that like Mr. Beast is actually down to save New Jeans if like someone gives him an actual plan. We need the K-pop fans to come together and draft up a business plan for Mr. Beast. No ID, low-key random. I know, right? But like honestly though, I would be hyped if it worked out. Like I deadass want Mr. Beast to save New Jeans. Anyone really. But if Mr. Beast did it, that'd be kind of sick. And somebody else says, Lamau, give him time. Probably he'll reach out. Yeah, I hope so. It's all up to like if the Korean sponsored or the Korean government sponsored music label is down. You give up. Oh, ow! I cut myself. But on my chin. But yeah, if they're down to like give up New Jeans contract to Mr. Beast, that'd be so cursed though. Like he'd probably have some like weird thing where they have to like perform in his videos or something. But honestly though, fuck it. If it means we get more New Jeans music, whatever. Why not? And No ID says K-pop Demon Hunters was a pretty good watch. Yeah, definitely. You remember my girlfriend watched it and was like, actually, pretty good. I know they just had like the latest Mr. Beast video. They had one of the Audrey Nuna from Huntrix. They had her in the video. So maybe it's all foreshadowing for Mr. Beast saving New Jeans. Also, did y'all see that Beyonce's a billionaire now? How do we feel about Beyonce being a billionaire? I'm you know what I mean? That's kind of wild. I'm pro Beyonce though, but I'm also like, well, she's a billionaire. Oh no. I'm conflicted. Oh my god, I can't put the vinyl inside the sleeve. Oh, am I dumb? What's going on? Why can't I do this? What the heck? Rosa says, I don't know how to feel about that. Oh wait, actually, I skipped around. No ID says New Jean's gotta wear the Mr. Beast logo if he saves him. I mean, why not, dude? There we go. Rosa says, I don't know how to feel about Beyonce being a billionaire. Simply Dale says, I mean, I guess good, maybe. And Cyrus is about the same as any other billionaire. I feel okay, yeah. Yeah, Beyonce being a billionaire, I don't know if she gets that's the hard one. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I watched the video last night. You guys like watch Zachary Smeagol? I want to bring that up with y'all. Did a video like breaking down all like the what's it called? Oh, actually, let me reply to Eli first before I change the topic. Eli says, if you ask me, billionaires shouldn't exist. There's just too much of a disparagement of wealth. But I don't want to get political or nothing. Yeah, I feel it. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I feel like we gotta. Yeah, I'm also not like a political guy. I always think of the one skit where he's like, "What do you think of this jaw rule? What do you think? What's your political opinion on this on jaw rule?" That old joke. But yeah, I'm also kind of like, wealth disparity is kind of crazy. But yeah. But Do y'all like Zachary Smeagol on YouTube? They did a video recently on like how Pokemon scalping is, how crazy it's been lately. And somebody else says that is the truth. Yeah, yeah, I agree. Oh my god, where's my tape? But yeah, but Zachary Smeagol did a video. If I could find my tape, oh my god. It's funny too because there's a camera right there. So, oh, there it is. Actually, it was off camera. Okay, cool. I was like, this is gonna be so embarrassing. I mean, I'm not gonna be embarrassed, but it'd be just funny if someone was like, bro, it's right there in chat. Eli says, hey, Groovy, you ever watch the Boondocks? Oh yeah, dude, I've watched all of it. I love the Boondocks. It's one of the greatest shows ever made. And the creator's name is also Aaron, which is kind of cool. No ID, Pokemon's so cooked. Skyr says, forget hell, Pokemon scalpers belong in the mosquito dimension. Yeah, for real. And Eli says, Boondocks gaps most adult animation. Yeah, it really is. Boondocks is crazy. Rosa says, the mosquito dimension sounds scary. Good one. Yeah, for real. That's a very specific punishment, Skyr. I love it. That's awesome. But yeah, but I watched the video pretty much breaking down like all like the different Pokemon card stuff that's going on. Like I've been kind of keeping an eye on it either way, but it's just, you know, it was cool to see it all in one place. And it is wild how like crazy it is. But I feel like there's just so much like weird stuff like that going on lately. I feel like it's all the karma is gonna come back at some point, right? I don't know. Oh, Naidi says, I play One Piece TCG and they're making it bad for us too. Yeah. Yeah, when NetNavi was on last stream, New ID, NetNavi was at the Dodgers game where they gave out the Luffy Dodger card, and he was talking about how like people were trying to like fight him for it at the game. And he was like, I'll fight you if you want to fight. And the guy was like, oh wait, no, actually I was just kidding. He was like trying to threaten him, and he was like, "No, I'll fight you right now if you're serious." Skyr says, "To be honest, all three of the big TCGs are kind of cooked in one way or another." Yeah, yeah. Oh, did I put a? I have to rewatch the VOD. Did I put stickers in the CD? I don't think I did, dude. Dang. Well. Yeah, the only TCG I guess I kind of sort of play now is Magic. I had a buddy I finally had a buddy that could convince me to dust off my deck box, to dive back into the trenches. But even then, I got a proxy deck because I was like, dude, I'm not gonna deal with that. It is not that serious. I did put stickers in here. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Dang. I'm not embarrassed, but I feel like a fool. I'm embarrassed to myself. But yeah, Rosa says, I honestly gave up collecting cards and stuff for that reason. Scalpers everywhere, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of wild. And that's the thing about, like, you know, after watching all the business videos and stuff and doing all the music stuff and stuff like that, the thing about, like, all these, like, you know, speculative markets, in other words, it's a fancy word for saying, like, I'm buying this because I think it's going to be worth more money than it is right now, rather than, like, buying stuff for, like, genuinely the value it provides to people. If that makes any sense? So, like, for example, like, Pokemon cards are worth $4 because the Pokemon company has determined that's what parents are willing to spend to bring joy to their children, right? That's how much, like, that's why it's that price, because that's the actual value in the card. But when you start buying the cards because you're like, oh, like, it's going to be worth 20 tomorrow because some other guy thinks it's going to be worth 40 the next day, that, like, they never last, because, like, the inherent value of the thing isn't the fact that it's going to be worth more someday. The inherent value is what it actually was built for and made for. So yeah. So I don't know. pretty much like some people get by in life just scalping over and over and over, but like at the end of the day, like you can't actually long term do that. Hey, thank you, Seth.
Order from Seth.
But No ID says, yeah, that was a weird event. I heard people were legit scalping old people. Yeah, No ID. Yeah, he said that's what's going on because like I guess my buddy's buddy wasn't a scalper. He like legitimately like runs One Piece simulations and stuff like that. He was saying, or Nanavi on the last stream, and he was trying to get just one card. He didn't want like he wasn't trying to get every single card. He just wanted one more card. So he was asking people kindly, and they were like, a lot of them were like, no, I don't want to sell. And he's like, all right, cool. But then like funnily enough, Nanavi mentioned that the people in front of him were like, oh, like fucking, you want the card? Like, I mean, yeah, I'll give it to you. And he's like, wait, are you for real? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, what do you want for it? Like, he's like, dude, honestly, buy me a beer, bro. Like, I don't even know what this is. And he was like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna buy you 2 beers. And he was like, hey, let's go. You know what I mean? So he got one of the One Piece cards for like 2 beers, but then like literally immediately afterwards, yeah, scalpers came after him and stuff like, oh, you got 2? Like, come on, let me have the other one that the guy gave you. It was kind of crazy. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of old people there that just were Dodgers fans that like couldn't care less about cardboard anime. Yeah, I mean, and they were just like so confused at what was going on. But Skyer says, like, Pokemon's issue is scalping, Magic the Gathering issue is Wizard of the Coast being trash. Yeah, very true. And Yu-Gi-Oh's issues are card stores no longer carrying, and the meta being worse than hepatitis. That's a good analogy. That's a crazy but good analogy. Skyer. Yeah, every TCG is kind of cooked. All the TCGs are kind of cooked, dude. Oh yeah. But yeah, so watching that. I even watched a video on like, speaking of Magic the Gathering, I watched a video on like the Black Lotus and why that's like such a legendary card. And how like, to your point, Wizard of the Coast being trashed, like Wizard of the Coast trying to get around their own like rules they set out for themselves so they can print more Black Lotuses, but like people be like, nope, don't you dare. But even then, like, at least in that example, Wizard of the Coast being the trash is like, they wanted to make more supply of a card people really wanted to like use and play, but it was all the scalpers that were like, no, don't you dare print more because then my card value will go down. It was like NIMBYism, except for trading cards. It was kind of funny. Dun, dun, dun. Also, MagFest is happening. I wish I've never been to MagFest. I want to go one year. All the homies, all the Future Funk homies are out there right now, partying it up. And I'm like, dang. Yeah, Rose says MagFest sounds amazing. I know, right? I went to Mag West one year and that was okay. But I heard like, you know, MagFest is like the one you gotta go to. Because like Mag West is kind of like a little offshoot in the Bay Area. And it was fun, but it wasn't like, didn't look anything like what MagFest looks like from the videos and stuff. Dun, dun, dun. So yeah. But and the thing about Mag West that like really made me sad is that pretty much there was like one random obscure Bandcamp artist that was playing that year that I really, really wanted to see, called Chibi Tech. And they essentially would like hack NESs and make dubsteps on the NES sound chip. It's like so good. Like they made like a couple of my favorite chiptune songs of all time. And she was gonna play Mag West. So I was like, okay, sick. So I got tickets and everything. And then they weren't like very clear about who was playing when. And they had her play during day 0. So before the festival even started. So like I literally found out as they were playing like live that like, hey, the ticket you bought to come see me, actually I played the day before. It's like, what? You know what I mean? Like, doesn't make any sense. So yeah, so I was like so mad. So I still haven't seen Chibi Tech, but one of these days This was like the second time I like missed her too. Because the time before that, I guess they played like a after party around E3. I tried to go. Something happened where I couldn't go. And this time, like I literally bought the ticket to go see them play. And then they were like, actually, since I'm playing at a festival, they pushed me to like the day before as the opening set. And I was like, what? I don't know. It was weird. Weird scheduling issue. That I was like, damn, well, now I spent like $60 on a ticket that I don't really even want anymore. But Skyer says, and the reason card shops don't want to sell Yu-Gi-Oh is because the boxes they buy for $40, for example, end up dropping massively in value because 90% of the content is trash pack filler cards, so the shop straight up lose money per box. Oh, that's crazy, yeah. Yeah, there's so much like economics that goes into like just running a children's card game. It's kind of crazy. And so Guy also says, and the value drop happens within a month, half the time. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. All these like economies, like mini economies, are like so crazy. Oh my god. Am I gonna need to buy more Reptar soon? I might. Yeah. Silly Dale says, one of these years, man. I know, yeah, same here. One of these years, I'll have to go as well when I have money again. That's probably like on my top of my list of like when I have money, go to MagFest. And Marcus, you're getting the last product Reptar sticker until I have more coming in. They're currently, I think it just shipped already or entered production. But yeah, I'm kind of like stuck waiting for more stickers. What's it called? Rosa says that's crazy. Yeah. Oh, for like the Chibi Tech thing. Eli says, did you still go to the show? I still went to MagWest, but like essentially it was like a convention and they had shows at night. So I still went to MagWest. It was cool. Like I got to play the arcade stuff, but it was actually really small. So like the MagWest is like way smaller than MagFest. So because of that, there was like some panels here and there, but it like wasn't nearly the scale of MagFest. So because of that, I kind of like went for the one day, even though I bought like a 3-day pass. So I was like, oh, this is okay. You know what I mean? To be fair, it wasn't like mega expensive or anything. It wasn't like, oh my god, like, you know what I mean? I can't believe I lost all this money. But you know what I mean? It was definitely worth the money still, even without seeing Chibi Tech. But like, if I saw Chibi Tech, it would have been 10 times worth the money. You know what I mean? But Skyer says, ooh, Chibi Tech, that's an artist in my backlog of meaning to listen to. Yeah, so their very first release, it's like the cover of like, it's like pink and orange, kind of, or like pink and white. And it's like them like on NES, kind of like, you know, like a little, it's hand-drawn, it's a little illustration. I forgot the name of it. It might be like Moe. I know the song's called like Moe Tune Step or something. That song starts off like pretty like bubbly and chiptune, and then all of a sudden it drops into like the craziest like dubstep NES song of all time. Highly recommend it, Skyer. Like one of my favorite chiptune artists of all time. To be honest, I haven't listened to them in a little bit, but I probably should. It's like one of those artists that like you're like, oh, I'm like a huge fan, and then like you like listen to all this other music, and you're like, wait a minute, how are they doing? And also too, like I don't listen to like a ton of chiptune, so because of that, it's kind of like, what playlist do I add this to? You know what I mean? Sometimes it's a matter of like, it's a one-off thing that I really like. Dun, 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 dun. My bad, y'all. Let me tape this up real quick. I'm gonna tell y'all some more cool stuff. Ooh. Run Mooney, we are so back. Hell yeah, dude. You already know we are. We stay coming back. The Charlie XCX. Back to back to back to back to you. I love Brat, dude. Brat Summer was kinda lit. I'm not gonna lie. Brat Summer was really dope. All right, let me say thank you to Marcus, and then yeah. Oh shit.
New merch order from Haircy.
Thank you, Haircy. I can't read it from over here, my bad, but I appreciate you. If you're watching, let me know. Let me know what your actual name is, because the text to speech messed up. What your actual name is, and I'll pack it right now if you're watching. Cool. Oh, ow. I gotta grab my phone. I keep moving it. I guess I'm already up. Keep printing the orders one at a time. That's why I'm so slow at this, because I can't like lock in. I think their name is Hearse. Not like, not like the hearse you get, like, I mean, not like the brutal hearse, but like, yeah, it's just the way you say it. It's a hearse, I think. If I had to guess. But also what's crazy is I guess like Ford's I mean, this is a random card thing, but Ford's no longer making EVs, I guess. They gave up. They were like, bro, we're not gonna make no more EVs. And I was like, dang, that's crazy. Because the Mustang Mach-E, actually, I see people driving them, they like them. So I'm like, that's crazy. You're giving up on you kind of won like the not Tesla war. But I guess they were like, nah. Gotta build more of these Ford F-150s. In fact, before I forget too, let me write down, because I ordered like all the demo CDs for Deshaun Monsters, but I haven't watched make all announcement stuff. And order MTZ, RR, and GPE CDs. So I ordered all like the demo CDs for the New Game Plus, but I have to order like the what's it called? Like the big batch, because I don't want people to like get the CD and be like, order Deshaun Monsters New Game Plus and have to wait for the CD to come to me for me to sign it and stuff. So I try to have like inventory on hand, so when I launch it, there's at least some that I can just immediately ship out, so no one has to wait too long. So I still have to do that. And Silly Dale says the Mach-E is genuinely a good-looking and good-feeling car. That's weird for them to stop there. I know, right? Yeah. I feel like they finally found their stride, and they were like, actually, no. Yeah. It's like, what? Yeah, what's that I want to tell y'all? Oh, I watched the Nikki Jakey video Nenevi was talking about last time. It's called like Nikki Jakey is outdated. And pretty much it's like half a Hollow Knight Silksong review and half a like review of being a game reviewer. It's kind of crazy. It's a very like fourth wall breaking YouTube video. And that it was actually hella good. Nenevi was spitting. If y'all haven't watched the Nikki Jakey Silksong review, and to be honest, I'll keep it real with y'all. I haven't played Hollow Knight. I've told y'all before. I haven't ever like finished Hollow Knight 1, and I know I'm about to get flamed pretty hard. But what's it called? I just haven't had the time. I meant to play it like back in the day when it like first dropped, when I was like traveling a lot, but I just haven't had the time. But I understand that Hollow Knight's a goated Metrovania that I need to play, and I'll get to it one of these days, I promise. But yeah, the video is like really good. It's just kind of like half a Hollow Knight review, but also half like, what does it mean to be a game reviewer and stuff like that. So would recommend, even if you don't like Hollow Knight. And Jet says, the EP is being released officially. It should be out tomorrow, but I'm going to be so obnoxious about the moment. Well, Okay, sick. I'm glad to hear it, Jet. Also, hope it's not super delayed, because I replied to you like a while ago, Jet. I know Instagram's kind of like goofy where it'll like delay sometimes. Or if you're just not getting back to me. I can't tell. But someone mentioned to me once that like Instagram's super delayed, and I was like, huh? And I don't know if that's like an Instagram issue or if it's like a my screen issue. Eli says, I'm gonna go back to watching the Boondocks. Have a good night. Bro, alright, cool. Eli, have fun watching the Boondocks, dog. That's sick. And the Eli says, oh no, Simply Video says, heck, I haven't even started yet either, but I wanna. Yeah, okay, cool, Simply Video. I'm glad that we're not the only ones. Alright, I'm glad that I'm not the only one. So, you know, we could both, at some point we'll both play it and we'll both be like, yeah, this game's kind of goated. And Ramuni says, you messed with the Spotify mix feature that came out last year? Dude, Ramuni, yeah, I saw it, but I was like, dude, I don't have time to sit and mix all my music. So I don't know, and like, I love, like, in like a goofy way, I love doing music as work and like mixing music as work. You know what I mean? So it's something I love to do, but honestly doing it felt like, why am I mixing my playlist when I could be mixing something for like an album or something? You know what I mean? So I don't know, but it is super sick, and I'm really excited to see it because I think it'll help more people get into like DJing and like understanding how music blends together and stuff like that. Like I as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh yep, some kid right now who's like 12 is like, yo, this is sick. I should learn how to use Serato or something. You know what I mean? It's like you could tell it's like this is gonna be someone's gateway drug into DJing, and I'm all for that. But yeah, I know my girlfriend makes a lot of like her makes a playlist now with like the mix feature. So yeah, but I just haven't had time to like sit down and like really do that. Like keeping it real, I'll probably play Hollow Knight before I mix all my playlists because I have a lot of playlists. So yeah. But Simply Video says, I've been using it as a template for my next few mixes. I got it in mind. It's pretty cool. Yeah, okay, Simply Video, yeah, we're already locked in, dude. We're already synced up, yeah. It's like, I think it's a really good way to like ease into like DJing and stuff. Because like DJing is like the kind of like the live performance of doing the Spotify mix, if that makes sense. So yeah, so I think to what Simply Video was saying, Simply Video makes a great point that it's like a good way to plan out a mix and stuff like that. That's a really, yeah, using the whole brain. Okay, cool. I see you, Simply Video. But Ramuni, I can imagine it being very difficult for full-time artists. It's a new addiction of mine. I just sit and make playlists. I definitely think it's an awesome gateway drug into DJing. Sick. Yeah, if you like doing that, Ramuni, for real, if that's what you like to do, I'm so dead serious, dog. I would, if it's something you're doing for fun already, I would for real. If you have time and money, or maybe, you know, fall holidays or something, worth considering, go get some decks, dude. Go like look out there and maybe ask a parent. I don't know how old you are, but ask a parent. Save the money if you got your own job or whatever. And what's it called? Oh, why I assumed that ask a parent. I'm sorry. You haven't done anything to make me think that. I don't know. I haven't eaten food yet, Ramuni. But anyways, I'll go get some decks, dude. Because literally, like, if you're just doing that at home right now on your phone anyways, you might as well go get Rekordbox, buy some decks, and then learn how to DJ for real. Because then, like, that's a skill that can transfer over, like, 10 times over. And not even for the money reasons, but even just like, you know, if you have homies that want to come over, it's like a fun thing you can do with friends. You know what I mean? You can do it for like your parties, you know what I mean? If you wanted to. It's just like, you know, it's a good thing to have in your back pocket if you're someone who likes music. Like I would deadass go to a friend's house sometimes and we would all just like, you know, take turns DJing for the party. And it's a fun way to share music with your friends. So, like have friends over, you know what I mean, have a little kickback, get some snacks, put on some like anime on mute, and I'll just like hang out and take turns DJing. Bro, it's a vibe. And if you could do that, Run Mooney, I think you'd be stoked. Simply Hideo, ask your parent or guardian before playing Club Penguin. Lamau. What was dude? Speaking of Club Penguin, I'm simply you're gonna be. I mean, it's funny you said that. It's funny you said that because not on stream yesterday, but like another time I was talking to Navi. I think for their Christmas party they went to for like their girlfriend's Christmas, like their girlfriend's family Christmas party is the first one they ever went to. There are some. I mean, again, I hope it's not weird or mean to say, but there are some like religion where like music is bad, so like they only listen to like Christian music or something. It's something like that where like religiously like they kind of like are very particular about what music gets played at like family gatherings and stuff like that. So I guess it's because of that, one of like the cousins was like, oh, I can't play X, Y, and Z, I gotta play like very family safe music. So what they did is they put on a 4-hour loop of the Club Penguin song for the whole party, dude. And then Evie was like, bro, I thought I was gonna lose my mind. Because it was just the same Club Penguin loop for 4 hours the entire time he was at this Christmas party for his girlfriend. Rose says Club Penguin music is amazing though, and somebody says, oh brother, yeah. Well, the thing is that like really bothered him is that like the guy didn't know music that well, so they messed up the loop where it wasn't even a perfect loop. So they recorded it, and then just like every like 15 minutes it would just be like da 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 da, and like, it just wouldn't, it would just cut. They didn't like know how to loop the song perfectly, so it was also just super annoying. So they did, oh no, yeah. So he was just like, be at the party and hear the bad loop. Every time it looped badly, he just because he's like a musician, so he'd be like, why didn't they do it right? So yeah. But Ramuni, for real, I play music for frats, but never the physical deck. It's a bucketless item. Yeah, dude. I mean, definitely. I mean, again, if you can, I think you should. Yeah, that's cool. You play music for a bunch of frats, though. That's like a great place to get your foot in the door. What's it called? But yeah, learning how to use decks is like super kind of clutch. There is like a whole like hierarchy of what decks to get. If I'm not mistaken, the Pioneer DDJs are the ones you want to get because I was throwing out there, Run Mooney. I'm not saying you need like. This is how my brain works. So I'm sorry, I'm not sure to like push random super ambitious things onto you, but yeah, if you were curious, I think you want to Google what the best CDJ alternative is for like at home use. I think they're called DDJs, and they can be a little bit on the cheaper end, but essentially they translate best to like if you want to DJ at a bar or something, and you can make money, dude. You get your little bar gigs and stuff like that, dude. You can, it's a good little back pocket side hustle thing to have. DJ some homies parties for like $50 or something. And if you can be able to use CDJs or something like that, kind of like unlocks a whole new like side hustle for you. But I wouldn't get into it for that reason, but just like, just throw it out there. If you're already kind of good at it, might as well, right? If you're already having fun doing it and you're kind of getting a little good at it, dude, why not? Rosa says they did Club Penguin dirty. Yeah, they really did. They didn't even like do the loop perfectly. How long have we been streaming for? Alright. I keep an eye on it just because I'm like, again, I want to do 3 hours usually just because after a while then I'm just like my mouth starts to hurt. I don't know why, but like 3 hours I've kind of recognized it's like my wall of being able to talk without being like, water. But Ramuni, I relate. Came from that type of family. Mario Kart music was my go-to. Oh, sick, yeah. Well, Mario Kart music actually is kind of goated, so that's not too bad. I wouldn't be mad about having to listen to Mario Kart music. I'd be like, alright. The jazz in Mario Kart's kind of like crazy how good it is. But Skyer says, I should get a deck. Probably won't need a rec since I have no idea what to go. Or probably would need a rec. And then, of course, Simple Hideo yay. Thank you, Simple Hideo. I appreciate it. UDJ 400s. Yeah, exactly. It seems like it's the standard, but I got the Newmark Party Mix too. It's good for beginner, but it does not have 8 pads. Instead, it only has 4 on both sides. Yeah. Yeah, the pads and stuff, that all makes a difference and everything. To be honest, I know I'm like, yo, learn how to DJ, Run Mooney. I use like my own custom iPad setup. I don't recommend it for just if you want to just like mix music, because I specifically use mine just because I'm like trying to like recreate the Groovy Kaiju loops essentially live and stuff. So there's like a very specific reason why I do that. Otherwise, but what Simply Hideo is saying, yeah, trust Simply Hideo on this. Also, Simply Hideo has really good mixes, by the way, on SoundCloud, if y'all ever are interested. They're hella good. So Simply Hideo knows what they're talking about. And Ramuni says, hell yeah, I know my way around virtual DJ, but you can only do so much. I love watching those vids of Fred again, treating pads like a whipping post. Well, now. And Simply Hideo says, virtual DJ all the way, hell yeah. And yeah, Simply Hideo with the, thanks man, I got you, dog. Yeah, no, for real though, your sets are cool, dude. Yeah, dude. Did I? Oh, my memory is so bad. I always feel like, did I give them stickers? I always forget, and then I have to like open it back up, look at the CD, and then go cry about the fact that I just essentially threw away like 50 cents. And then of course the stickers are in there. I'm like Terry Crews from Everybody Hates Chris. That was like 50 cents. Oh yeah, but also what was funny too is I forgot who was it. It was this used to skate for Creature. I don't know, pretty much I was watching a video. I guess like when like a newer like skate kid was getting interviewed on a skate podcast, and he was like, oh, it's David Gravett. Yeah, pretty much like one of like the 2010s like skate legends, David Gravett. Some guy was like, I hate his style. And I was like, really, David Gravett? Like, he's kind of an OG. That's a hot take. You know what I mean? This one guy said, and I was watching the video, and it was just like such a time capsule. He was like wearing skinny jeans. He was skating some rail, and it was just like, I don't know. He was like kind of crashing out because he couldn't land it, and it was kind of funny. At some point, he was like, dudes, why am I doing this, dudes? I hate this, dudes. It was just, I don't know. It was like he's wearing skinny jeans. It's hella funny. So looking back on it, I would have been like, this guy's so hardcore, but now like the 2020s is like, ooh man, this is pretty cringe. No, but David Gravett's kind of a ripper, dude. It's funny too, because like some cop like is kicking him out, and he was like, no, please be reasonable. It's just like, it just very much had the same vibes as like, you fool. What's that one kid that's like, ah, you fools! When will you learn? When will you learn that your actions have consequences? Like, it was like that for skateboarding. But Ramuni says, today I'll definitely peep your SoundCloud. I'm heavily lacking on SoundCloud mixes and stuff, so you can't get other DSPs. Hell yeah. Need all the bricks I can get, high key. And Rosa says, hydrate. Sick. Thank you, Roses. I got you. Simply Dale, whatever you do, I really, really hope you enjoy. Yeah, Simply Dale, your SoundCloud is just your name, right? So if you're able to just search Simply Dale, it would show up, right? I forgot. So I know you have many names. I remember that. Thank you. Shouts out to Roberto, dude. But other than that, oh dude, I watched after the stream on with NetNavi on Tuesday. NetNavi, I was talking about something, but pretty much he was like, bro, like you should watch this video about like, what's it called? Oh wait, Simply Hideo says, yeah, the SoundCloud is Simply Hideo, so the same as their Twitch name. And lol, it is right, I do have a lot of names. Okay, cool. Same here, Simply Hideo. I got like Torch2424, Groovy Kaiju, Aviscerall. Dude, I have so many. So I feel you on that. But yeah, super random. But then Ivy sent me this really, really good video about like body fat percentages, and I guess like some like bodybuilder guy was like, all the body fat percentage, because like really, I don't know, super random nutrition thing, just throwing this out there for y'all. But as I'm getting more fit and learning myself, your body weight is like not a good metric for like measuring like your overall like health in general. Like it's actually like such a like cheat code. It's like trying to be like, oh, like that cat is healthy because it has a lot of fur. And it's like, you don't know, like it could be anything. Like it could have like destroyed kidneys and you're just like gonna assume it has good health because like it has good fur, you know what I mean? Anyways, so because of that, like the next best or a really generally good metric is body fat percentage. But even then, like if you were to look up like what should I be shooting for and what should I look like?
Merch order from Brew.
Hey, thank you, Brew. Oh, that's a cool name. There's only one brew left. Or there's only one beer left. You know, like MF Doom. Anyways, so yeah, your body fat percentage. But the thing about it is when you look up online, like, oh, like what body fat percentage should I shoot for and stuff like that. Like the visual guides of like what like someone at blank body percentage looks like is like not. It's kind of like really up in the air, and it's like really hard to get an accurate measure it. Anyways, pretty much what the guy did is that he got like one of like professional body fat measuring machines. It's a bodybuilder, and then found people at every body fat level percentage, and like did a video showing you what it really looks like to be at like blank body fat percentage, and like the different levels of like exercise and stuff you'd have to do to look like certain people. So it was such a like good video on like really breaking down like what does healthy look like. That's what I was really trying to say. What was the video called? Because it's I don't know if anyone else here is also on their touch grass get healthy. It's by the name's kind of funny, Jeff Nippard. It's like nipple like NIPP but ARD after, so Jeff Nippard. But what every body fat percentage actually looks like. And the reason why the video like I think is like really important is what I didn't realize is that to get like abs and stuff, dude, you can't have abs and like eat a normal diet. Like you actually have to starve yourself for your abs to show. So I didn't realize that because like, you know, I never had abs and I was like, oh, okay, like I guess my body just won't ever have them. And it's like, I realized, no, you have to like actually starve yourself to get abs. So yeah, like you have to be very particular about your diet, or just like be someone who like goes to the gym regularly, but also like just you don't like eating for some reason. You know what I mean? So and I like to eat, so like, you know what I mean? So but I don't know, it was really like comforting to be like, oh wow, like okay. And the thing that was surprising too was that like those like mega shredded guys that are like, oh bro, like, you know, that look like they could like, yeah. And that's the thing, simply now, that can't be normal or sustainable. Exactly, is that a lot of them, like the mega buff, like ripped dude you'll see on Instagram, you can't maintain that year long, because like you get so hungry that like it like affects you, like you can't think fast. You get like a lot of like roid rage. Really, is just people who are insanely hungry all the time, but you know don't want to eat food to keep their physique. So they're very irritable because they're hungry. It's not because I mean, some of them are because they're doing drugs, but like, it's also just, you could not be doing drugs. And if you look like that, you are probably very hungry at all times. And like, they do like these strict like eating schedules and stuff. It's kind of crazy. So yeah, and that's the thing is that like, they would then interview them like, do you feel like healthy? Can you wake up with like energy and stuff like that? They're like, no, like I wake up and I'm exhausted all the time. I'm always hungry. It's like, you know, it's hard for me to get in and out of the car. Like, even though they're mega ripped and buff and they look like they could like, you know, squish your head with their 2 fingers. Like, no, actually they can barely get in and out of the car because they're just so hungry and tired. And like, you know what I mean? Their body's just like, you know what I mean? So like, it's kind of ironic. Like the more fit you look, like when there's a certain point in which you'll have the same symptoms as someone who's extremely overweight because you're just so hungry and tired. Because you just aren't eating enough. But on the other end of like super overweight is that you're always tired because you're carrying so much weight. So it's like 2 sides of the same coin. And really the video was trying to show off that like every body type is different, and like what's going to be like healthy. I wake up every day happy, ready to take on the day, full of energy, is gonna look different for other people. Like you can have like the body fat percentage is like a range. You know what I mean? I don't know. I was like, oh wow. To me, this was all like breaking news. I was like, holy shit. But yeah, I just had no clue that people that were like mega ripped, like bodybuilders, were like actually just like hungry. I'm sorry, Run Mooney. I was rambling so much about being healthy, I forgot. But Run Mooney says, speaking of other aliases, so I've shown my partner a lot of the Groovy Kaiju side, and they love it, even as a stomp clap music fan. Oh, cool. But I showed her Remember to Save, and it was a massive hit. Hey, thank you, Run Mooney. I appreciate it, dog. Again, my bad for rambling. I was so excited about that video. I forgot to check chat. But dude, I'm so glad to hear that your partner likes both my Groovy Kaiju stuff and my Aviscerall stuff. Yeah, I always find it funny which side people like more. But that's super cool. I'm glad to hear that she liked Remember to Save. Yeah, I was really hyped on that album and making it and everything, and I'm glad to hear they were like, oh, this is sick. Hey, thank you, Ramuni. I appreciate you wanted to, like, you know, being open to sharing it with someone. You know what I mean? That means a lot. Because I feel like, you know, music that you're like, oh, I'm gonna tell people about this, like, is like, you gotta really like it. So thank you, man. I appreciate it. Ramuni, for real. And Sky Vickerman, dude, good to see you. How you doing? Yo, love the music. Thank you so much, Sky. I appreciate it, dog. And how long will the signed vinyls be out? I'm trying to save up and buy one. Oh, dude, I got like plenty. I literally have like 300 in this closet behind me, so I got a lot. So take your time, dude. I would be super stoked to sign and ship one out to you whenever you're ready. So I appreciate you want to save up and grab one, dude. But yeah, thanks, you, Sky. I appreciate it, dog. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Yeah, so whenever you're ready, dude, I got you. I'll have it ready and I'll be streaming it too. I'll sign it and stuff live. But Ramuni says, you're good, lol. Health as well. Yeah, it really is, dude. Getting healthy has been kind of crazy. I'm like, wow. I kind of do be feeling different. This is wild. And like, I wasn't like unhealthy before, but now I feel like I can take on the world. Dun, dun, dun. Oh my god. Bremuni says, I've shared it a lot. Music sharing is a language for me. Trying to make these people in Kentucky dance to something different for once. I feel it. Bremuni. That's sick, dog. Thank you. Yeah, definitely. I feel like, I mean, sharing music definitely is like a language for sure. Especially whenever I meet someone new, I'm always like, what do you like to listen to? I'm always trying to like see what people are listening to and stuff. Sometimes it's been pretty cool. I found some really cool stuff and just asking people, and sometimes I found some stuff that I'm like, I can't believe you listen to that. I don't think we can be friends anymore. No, I'm kidding. I'm messing around. But like some stuff I'm like, dude, you really listen to like electro swing covers of like classical music? Like, that's okay, man. You know what I mean? And again, I don't want to look down. Like, not that I'm looking down at them. It's just like, I don't know, I'll meet someone like in like a denim jacket. Like, yeah, bro, you gotta look up this guy. And it's like, I'm expecting like metal or something. And it's like, what? You know what I mean? But I guess I'm not any better because the post office worker, since she found out that I make music, she's always like, oh my God, like, how's it going? Like, you got more orders? That's crazy. I'm like, yeah, thank you. She's like, what kind of music is it? And I was like, have you heard of K Tronada? And she was like, no. Because like, I think she's a little bit older than me. She's like, what's K Tronada? And I was like, it's like funk remixes and jazz with like, kind of like anime. She was like, what? You know what I mean? So I'm sure to her, she's like, you might as well just told me you make electro swing remixes of classical music. Because like, what did you just say? You know what I mean? So yeah. But as Sky says, I've been playing through old Castlevania games. I love the soundtrack from that game, but lately I've just been playing your tracks over it because they fit the vibe. Hey! Same with when I shiny hunt on the old Pokemon games on my DS. Yo, Skyhead's sick. Korean Duder is someone else who comes through a lot. They also shiny hunt. They're looking at shiny Porygon right now. But dude, I'm glad to hear that like my tunes are like just fitting Castlevania really well, and they're good for shiny hunting, dude. Yeah, there's a lot of like shiny hunters low key that like end up finding my music. I'm glad to hear that it's like perfect for both of those. I can really imagine Castlevania too, because Castlevania kind of has like a rhythm to it. You know what I mean? And like so I can kind of see how my stuff really fits it. Thank you, Sky. I appreciate you sharing that. I'll have to see if I gotta make like take some Castlevania influence sometime, because Castlevania's soundtrack also goes like insanely hard for no reason. It's like kind of like people talk about the soundtrack a lot, but like it really is kind of something special. But if you don't mind, y'all, I think I'm gonna do this last order and then call it, because I literally feel my stomach starting to growl from skipping eating before this. So we'll do like another like 15 minutes. Plus we're almost at 3 hours anyway, so. Yeah, my stomach literally is starting to be like, So we do, you gotta eat. Yeah, dude. I'm about to make my Oyakudon. It's gonna be so good. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, maybe I didn't price him. Yeah. I already grabbed him. But, what else? Also, Eldre is one of like my favorite beat producers. They're also like a big content creator. They're like in the lo-fi space. And I watched an interview with them. And they're doing like a, you know those games where it'll be like, say the first word that comes to mind. And he was like, are you sure, guys? Like, I'm horrible at this. I'll just say the dumbest things. And and they were like, no, man, like, it'll be fine. He's like, okay. And he was like on a podcast, I was listening to it. And they asked him like, okay, first word is music. And he said balls. And he was like, see, I'm horrible at this. And they just like lost it laughing. And then, but then what was hella funny is at the end, they told him the word cake. And he said booty. And then they asked him big. And he said booty. And I was like, no, Eldre. It was, I don't know, it was hella funny. It was like the funniest word association thing I'd ever listened to from somebody. Then Ramuni says, you gotta make a Shiny Hunters album, that Route 25 music. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'd be down. That or I gotta make like shiny Groovy Kaiju stickers or something. That'd be kind of sick. That'd be cool if I like once every like 100 orders or something, just put in a shiny Groovy Kaiju sticker or something like that. Just to get the same vibe. Christian, yo, what's up, Christian? Good to see you. Never Ending Dandy Baby, gotta be my favorite from the album. Hey, dude, I'm glad to hear. Been bumping it for 2 weeks straight, lol. Keep hitting rewind on my stereo. Hey, dude, thank you very much, Christian. I appreciate it. Yeah, that song, even when I was making it, I was like, uh-oh, this one's something special. Yeah, I know. Every once in a while, when you make a song, you could just tell, like, oh yeah, this one's about to hit. And that was definitely one of them. So I'm glad to hear that you agree, Christian, and you're feeling it. And thanks for listening, man. I appreciate you. And thanks for grabbing Monster Zero too. Like, that means a lot. For real, dog. Thank you, Christian. And that video says, gotta ask though, is he wrong? He's not wrong. That's the thing, is that he wasn't wrong. Some of the first couple ones were just kind of like, you know, pretty random. But then, yeah, the last two, I was like, dang, he's not wrong. But yeah. All right, cool. There we go. All right. Yo, Austin, dude. Austin, what's up, man? Don't you think you ever saw my 2025 edit with Alone in the Universe? Well, did I? I might have. Cause I remember you emailed. Also, first of all, good to see you, Austin. Hope you're doing good. I remember you emailed me about it, but I don't know if you tagged me in it. And I remember like looking for it the day after you emailed me or something. Oh my god. I remember you tagged me in it or something the day after you mentioned me about it, but I saw you didn't post it or something. Yeah, I don't think I did see it, Austin. But I do, but Austin, keeping it, I do remember keeping it real. I was looking for it and I couldn't find it. And I was like, huh. So I thought you like maybe like didn't post it. My bad. But yeah, like I promise on everything, Austin. There was a day I like looked for it. And I couldn't find it. I promise on everything, man. Oh. Austin says, yeah, it's on there. It's just a little buried, lol. Okay. If you don't mind, Austin, could you like send it to me? Like, I know it's like a bit, but like, I know Instagram will let you like share, copy a link and just email it to me real quick. Cause yeah, cause I still want to see it, man. I appreciate you want to make edits to my music. That's super sick. Cause yeah, I went looking for it cause I wanted to repost it like on my story, but yeah. And Goodbye Earth is so good. My favorite song of yours. Hey, thank you, dude. Yeah, it's honestly, there's another one when I make it and I was like, this is crazy. But yeah, I'll send it. Okay, thank you, Austin. I appreciate you. I'm running a bubble wrap. So we in space now. Shouts out to Jupiter out in K-Town. I gotta tell stories about Jupiter actually. Jupiter's a pretty funny guy. But yeah, Jupiter's actually a real friend of mine out in Koreatown in LA. Ooh, man, I could. All my knees are cracking. All right, cool. Putting everything away. Gonna go eat this food. Oh yeah, y'all. I appreciate y'all stopping by to hang out for the stream as usual. Roses hydrate. Hey, thank you, Roses. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here. But I always appreciate y'all coming by, and of course we'll stream on Sunday too, as we always do. Let me hydrate for Roses. Sent the email link. All right, cool. Thank you, Austin. Let me take off my headphones so I can watch this real quick. Hey, I did see this. I'm pretty sure I replied or something. So I remember telling you like for real for the 5 Nights at Freddy thing, you know? Let me see. Did I just not reply? Am I bad? Because I remember I think I was telling you about how my girlfriend's a big FNAF fan. Yeah, I found it. Wait, no, that was a pure FNAF figure. That was something else. Either way, I'm replying right now, Austin. Thank you again. Oh, okay, yeah. Austin send over. Okay, yeah, I remember. Okay, my bad. Oh. I'm reposted to my story right now, dog. Boom. Sick. But Simply Dale, always a good vibe coming, joining in. Hey, thank you, Simply Dale. I appreciate you. I'm glad to hear that it is. And yeah. But okay, for real, I'm gonna go eat some food. Austin says, sound great. Thank you, Austin. But yeah, I'll catch y'all around. We'll stream again on Sunday at, what time do we stream? I think 6 p.m. Pacific is the time. Yes, Roses, good night, everyone. Take care. I'm gonna make a Catch you around, Skyer. Good to see you. What should be my thumbnail this time? I'd be like, I don't know, what should the thumbnail be for the VOD? I know I'm gonna do something dumb. We'll do this. It looks so stupid. Alright, y'all. Bro Moody, hell yeah, food time. I got leftover hey, leftover Tex-Mex sounds hella good. Dude, have fun enjoying that, Run Mooney. Austin, have a groovy night, y'all. See y'all in the next one, Simply Deo. But yeah, I think that's everyone. If you're lurking, or Eli, if you're still here, I know Eli left. I don't know. If you're still lurking, I appreciate you lurking. Or if you chatted earlier and you're still here, I appreciate you checking this out. And yeah, catch y'all around. Take it easy. Peace. See you Sunday if you're gonna pull up on Sunday. Night, everybody.